Tali si Tonga.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early lights what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes
ko kore ke hufanga I he ngahi whakatapu ko tawa pēku o se whai atu pai mi he paenga o e Vake Tali Folau I he ahoni ka lava ke whahoko atu a e proklama ko ia a e lofa talamasani pea I hoa hono wa e hoko mai rewa proklama a e pelula ke mama o pea whaosi lewa ki he proklama whaosi ko ia pea mi sore ki ai ku wanga maheni ke he pule lulu ko toa pe I he mahina e ua ko eni pea ko kore moa ke utuku ha whaapa maalunga taha ko lava ki he tamai he wani ko ia ko ne whakakoloa aki tau tolu ko toa pe ai aho whakakoloani o tau wa usia le rei mai ai ahoni mono ngahi ngā ue pea ko ia o ku ange ai whakawhitai kau maafoki ai whakamalo maalunga taha. Pea whiwhia mau pe ai motu a whaifatongia o ku lawei o ku lau maari le rei mauai pe ai ene a whiwhio tau whahau a siausi tupo wono kau maafoki ai tahini kuini nanas pau utuku aho pea moe whare ko ia o haa moe ofo. Pea whamalo klau maria pea hau eiki, kau mafo ki a hamatapule. Pea mo e tonga katoa pe o kumu tukutaimi ka mo mea mai ki he paenga o he Vake Tali Folau i he hauani. Pea ko kore ke tugan mua ai whasika ni ke taitaile rea ki mutolu ku hi ka e whahoko mai ai live ko ia pea mi Texas, pea Melisei New Palau Piu Tau, pea mo e programa mua maheni ki ai hi he wike ua, mo wike whaa katoa pehe pule lulu, ai programa lofa talamasani. Pea tau toki hoko atu.
In Tonga they say, Malolele. In Fiji they say, Pura Vinaka. In Samoa they say, Talo Falava. In New Zealand they say, Kiora Oe. In Hawaii they say, Aloha Oe. But in America, the happy, happy, happy day. Fiafia, fiafia, fiafia maupe. Tonga they say, Malolele. In Fiji they say, Pura Vinaka. In Samoa they say, Talo Falava. In New Zealand they say, Kiora Oe. In Hawaii they say, Aloha Oe. But in America, the happy, happy day. Fiafia, fiafia, fiafia maupe. Vai na Tahiti, Whakalawe tāna oe, alomi lomi e. Aue, aue, te vai na Tahiti, Whakalawe tāna oe, alomi lomi e. Tahiti nui a te whare aue, tauga e rea. Mama, ia te uri aue, pea te urua. Aue,
Whamalo au pito hoi ki mo haa mata pule mo tuku taimi ka mo mea mai ki he programa lofa talamasani i he fiafini. Ko au awhapau, whahoko programa tu pia mi he min substation ko ia ai paenga i Vake Tali Folau. Pia mo Melisei New Palau Piu Tau pia mi Texas. Mele, ka bau ku whakamoi mai aho o camera. Ka tak whamoni mone. Mahalo o kuktoe ki i Marieta mai meani. Ko iai e sai pe ke kamata te tau programa i he fiafini ho eki mo ha mta pule ko e programa fogenu tawanga maheni ki ai e programa ko ia ai lofa talamasani i he fiafini ai ko ko au ko whahoka te prokalama, pia mo Meliseni Palau piu tau, pia mi Texas, ka oku hangi, oku whiu, ka mea ane oku. Tako e oku lawa pe, hungi ai. Oku uonga pe ka koi mele?
Can you hear me, Dr. Paulo?
Yeah, I can hear you. Do you want to turn your video on, your camera on?
Yeah, I've been trying. I apologize. I'm playing with it right now.
Okay, why don't we try that? Kai mahalo sai ke tātua ki fo I whasi ai mātanga. Ke mo whamamawhana mai ki ai pe whahauka mai rewa I tau programa I taimi o ku connecte ai.
Settings, privacy.
E waha hoku, sinoni ke kumiha ofa. Mo hato kakala he no funatua mo ta e ngata. Ta mai a ke usi oroki ki tahi mo uta. Ke wilo halo se o kutu uilo e nai kukura. E fia fihifo, ka te si ino fo o fifiri. Ki hato maheni ne tonu ki ai e ata mai. Hala tōri ki konewe te kina e amanaki. E a whakalelu o pulotona e mohu e fifiri. E he ange mai koe o whaeli o kumo oni. E a he ika iha lilo moha whakakuri. Koe mou ini kukani seli me mamani. Ka e whao akisiha o whahe ika toe osi. E koe si poti koe tau aki whakatete. Ala muhu e toa ko a hopanilo. Pea lawe mai a si hono e he tu uapo. Isa pe ko hai e toa si hono loto. Wakakau mai ko huale o kumanako. Me he ange mai koe o whaeni o kumo oni. Me ahe I ka iha, me o moa whakapuri puri. Koe mo uini kuka ni sheri nei mamani. Ka e whau akisiha o whahe I ka e toe o si.
O kuia whanau mai pe mea. Sai ke tuka tau rewa tau whanki I whanongonongo. Ka tau toki hoko atu. Ka tak whamore more pe. O eki mo e ham tāpure.
O ko kei lai koe nuku hiwa. I kai, koe vai nonu ia tau whangakui. O katoa ia ono aho mo no pōni. Pia whakasai nisa ahono ngā hui. He aku inu ngofua ahono anga. Pia taha awhe nimangi au ahono mamana. Seuke. Pia toi whakaatu I foku mo hono kakala. He ko hono ao ngā ko tāgi tahi, pia tāgi uta. No ngā ia suka, ngā koe toto, mo toto mau olunga. Saigi ai arthritis, kauti, pia moe kahi. Pia whakatau pasi ai mafte fua, ata mai, moe iwi lahi. Kai whanaahi ai mo uilelei he ko hono tavi ia. He koe nonu, nai tori ia mi Hawaii, Tahiti, Haamoa, pia mo Tonga, pia kuone mawhola I Europe, Asia, pia mo Amerika lahi. Koe nukuhiwa ia pia mo hono ngahi ao ngā. Tā rewa, ke otaha o nukuhiwa, ki he ono walua, ni ma ono wha, fitu no no ataha. Ono walua, ni ma ono wha, fitu no no ataha.
He, ko iai halolo ia ko ngāhui pia vilohi, pia mix mei parataisi. Ke whakatori a ngahi whakaamu whakasino mo ata mai. Ke miri pia ke whakasanisani mo masani mo whakamanifi. Pia ke foto aki ia ki hakatoa ngā aholahi. Pia ke toki ilo ai mamani, koe loloni ia, koe tāpu aki mei langi. O ua, he.
Ke mahi noi e whakatū tā maki ho mau e COVID-19. I he taimi o ke wakai atu ai ki ha wheitu no whaanga kakai toko lahi. Whakamama o me he wheo hi anga toko lahi ko ia. Whakasi isi e whelonga ki mo e kakai oku I kai ki te nofo mo ia. Pea ke whili ke whakamama o aki e fute e ono I he taimi oku ke itu ai ha wheitu upe. Kono ta ofi e mawhola e COVID-19. Whanau ho ngoni ma upe aki hakoa mo e vai o atoi si hifo he sekoni e wanoa. whakamaa mo tāmate I se mo he taimi ko toa pe he osi ha te ala ki ha mea pe funga mea. Ufi I ho tae moho mawhatua a ki ha pepa holo holo pe a lia ki he vewe pe a whano hongo ni ma. Tui ho mass pe a koe mea malu ia ki ho ihu moho ngutu. Ta ofi ala ki he mata ihu pe a moe ngutu. Whakamama o aki e fute e ono me hi kakai. O ka pau o kuke puke. Nofo mau I api tuku kehe o ka pau e fie mau hatokoni whakawhare mahaki. Ko he whanaono ngoia me he Public Health Seattle and King County.
Whamalo o pito ho e ki muha mta pūrea mo ke I tu taimi ki he proklama lofa talamasani I he fiafini pea koe angai e tau mea koe ria pe kupenga o ke mau haika pea taimurewa ki to e matau. He? Pea koe ai ho e ki muha mta pūrea tau tari whiawhia Mene sei ni palau piu tau pia me Texas, mele?
Malela o malia hoi pa malele ai tonga katoa. O whamalat foki e toke tā whapalu whainga maria goia ki e polo kalama goia whikau akwa mulelei goia ai nuku hiwa mai ki tau tolu. Ka ko lako ata koe whamore I he whakitono no goia o whengai goia ai whikakotaki I he whiawhini. Ka ko honga ia e toi tā palu ko hinga koe whaiwhai mia pe a lava, eh? But I'm sorry, I apologize.
Koia. Kamata reo ta programa ko hi koe taimi pea o ku iai pe ngai whehu I heni. Ko mari ngai whehu I ua ngai whehu I tatau pe na ta o si tari ki mua. Ka o kou tui o ku mahu inga o pito ai whehu I ko ni pea koe whehu I eni mawahe me ngai whehu I ko ia koe whehu I o whikau aki pea moe aonga ko ia o e nuku hiwa ki COVID-19. Ka te utugata koe ka pau
Ka whehu I mahu inga au pito.
Iyo, ka pau na e aha whehu I mai hena na e o atu ka koe pa ke ulaki tuku mai ia ke ta talanoa ki ai pea ta toki hokat me ngai whehu I ko heni.
Koia, ai koe ulaki whehu I bena ko whehu ena e toke tā pau na e tuku mai au I he weekend o koe whakawhehu ia foki pe koe hae aonga pe koe tokoni ko ia ai nuku hiwara ki tau tolu I he mahaki koni ulolotonga tō koni mamai koe COVID-19 o hange pe koe na ke tuku mai ai koe whehu ia o fie ilo lahi tāpe ki ai a ki nau tolu ko ia o nau whātā mai ka au.
Koia, pea koe uhinga whoke whehu I koe ni tupuia me wahe na e whai atu ki mua. Whikau aki pea moe COVID-19. Pea oku mahu inga ke whai kai haki po talano. Ka pau oku whainga maria e mea kotoa pe ke tau sio ki he mahu inga ko ia o e koia. Pea koe whehu I whoki koe ni whikau aki pea moe koe hānai hono aonga o e nonu pe koe nonu koe ane a whi koe nukuhiwa whokia o e ahoni.
Koia.
Koe hānai hono aonga ki he toni koe ia hato sino whikau aki pea moe mahaki koe ia koe COVID-19. Pea o ku whaampe ke mea I he mātanga, o ku koe nonu pe koe vai koe ia o ni ai nuku hiwa, o ku ikai ko ha kiwa ia ki he COVID-19. Ke mahino. Ki ho tau kakai koe anga pe ia standard e ngahi mea kotoa pe koe vahe koe ni koe vahe pe whikau aki mga ngahi mea whikau aki pea moe hono aonga ko ia oe oe ilo. Ko ilo ko toi pe ukto tonu ia ke vahe pe koe whai ai vahe koe ni I he whaunga ko ia.
Koia.
Pea sai mahalo o te tonu ke sai ke ta koena ko tu mai I hena pea o ku tui o ku aonga au pitoia ki he anga o e pōtala noa whikau aki pea moe nonu. Koe koe nonu mo hanga o whatonga iangi ka nei wha taimi koe ku kamata ke ki I whai ha ongo I o ku ki I mokosia nai pe fofonu pea wha ngawe akirewa ai nonu. Ai huhu ako ia o nonu ne whakapala. Pea koe talanoa ko ia o e taha kau whauna ko ia fotu e kau taha nonu. Mahalo koe hiwa tolu, hiwa ua hiwa tolu. Ai lere atu e tangata e ki Tahiti. Pea nao atu foki me Iutani ulotonga snowa Iutani. I koe o eni Sanuari, he ulaki wike ko Sanuari. Snow lahe o pito a Iutani, pea ko na tau at koe ki Tahiti o mawhana ngi foki a Tahiti. Pea koe whepaki koe e ea, pea puke ai rewa ai taha o e ongo tangata koe na e o. Pea aina na tau atu mō nite, aina e o sa pate hen. Tau atu mō nite, hena whakamatala. Pea a koe ke sa pate u te kai ke sai. Pea nofo rewa e taha I he hotere ka alo e taha ke he lotu. Pea koe eke rewa ia he e api ko ia na nauhanga tokanga I ki naua ai uhige na ave holo ki naua he mea lere, ngahi e mea tokoni, ngahi u mea pehe. Pea talangi rewa ko upuke, pa au rewa fina muntu ahe o se alotu, nau woka nau api o mai e fo I hina. Pau te siolota at peke ngai fo I hina, uhangi ngai fo I hina I Tonga taimi goe. O ku ufi aki ai la e nusi pepa, hangia nusi pepa kalaonikari, pea rubber band. Pea ko manatu e he whakahani.
Ka munia ki mutu hina,
Koia. Pea ko he wahe ni koe ai pālangi ne tala mai. A wangi no kaunga ngā we fia taran koe ke vai eni nai o mai o kou tui te ke sai gai. Ko ne fo I whaawaha ke pe koe mea. Ta mahe muta. Me noka auti ai pe ia he fo I. Ko kore pe hufanga I he whakatapu. Pea mo e tala malu e whonua I he whahinga nanamu goia o e nonu whakapala. Pea ka koe uhi ko e ne fie mo ui he kutoni ke na iai he wike tolu. Whakaukau ia he kai peke toi sai. Inu rewa he tangata e ki. Puke pe ihu pea inu. Pea ko ne whakamatala koe osi ko e ne inu. Hangu ne ongo I hange hu soke sino. Koe hanga e ne whakamatala ana.
Koia.
Pea peherewa motu a ke alo mohe. Uhi ku fiu e motu a tala mai ku fiu e motu a hono inu na ere mani u kai peke lava toa whainga nanamu o e nonu whakapala. Kai mo askirimi, pea mahalo kone toki mau ia e nonga mo se maari pea mohe tangata eki. Ko ene hake tangata eki I he fie kaia. Ene hake ko ia pea oku I kai ke toe whai ai tare pea moe hui pe Kore pe hufanga whatapu. Uhiga wahe mo oni ai ausia ko ia e hongo pālangi ko eni. Pea koe uhinga lahia e ne kamata ke ne tui ke he mea koe ni. Pea nao mai pea moe fo I hina pehe, tarau ulahenga hina pehe I he api ko ia, nai o mai mea fo I hina ka kuo pau ke aihano tāpuni, whakarerei he ukai ke lava o mai I he wakapuna a ngai fo I hina pehe ukai ke iahano tāpuni. Pea koe nā o mai ko ia ki he ni pea na nofo I St. George I Utah ofi ki Las Vegas. Pea kamata rewa e na hanga o St. Paul ke kakai. Kai ke hataha ki ne tene fie inu ai vai. Ai vai nonu koe vai whakapala, ko nonu whakapala aen. Huhu aen. Pea kai pego ki hataha pa na whakaukau rewa. Whewhe ka pau e freiva ai nonu. Mana tu i fo ko yo tangatani ko food scientist ki na waia pe na osi ai ngai product ki mua. Ko fo ai ni product natural product, Pe na hanga rewa o flavor ai product ko ni. Pe toi o atu pe ki he kakai tatau, kalo i kakai pana talangi i kai o flavor e nia. O kamata rewa ke inu he kakai. Koe sample koe ni unau pe koe toko ni manoa. Pea koe toko lahi o nau tolu koe kakai suka. Moe toto maalunga. Pea koe mea ia koe na e neongo na e te kiai peke nau sa ia. I he flavor koe ia o he nonu whakapala koe ni. Kana nau inu. Pea koe katoa klasi koe na e suka. Holo nau suka koe mea na nau hanga whakato ngai. Klasi koe na e toto maalunga, holo mo nau toto maalunga. Pea kamata rewa ki pehe kakai, mahalo waha mea o totonu ke tau sio ki ai i he vai nonu. Heku aonga ia ka teki nau tolo o suka mo toto maalunga. Koe ngahi mea whakenia na talo hono ngā ke tau whanga kui o lau i senturi. Pea o si mahino ka tau tolo koe ngāwe akia ki he suka mo toto maalunga mo ngahi umea ke heke. Kai ke, koe fuafua product kia. Pea haurewa ai kautaha i he tahiwahiwa ono. Pea mawahe mai ko ia ai tangata e ki he taha i kau whaunta. Ai koe taha ene toko wako nao ki Tahiti. Pea haurewa fuatu ai kautaha koe Sanoa. Pea koe tā mai ko ia ai tangata e ki te au. Pe te ulawa o toko nianke ai ha product mehe nonu pautangi iyo. E lawa whae tokoni. Pea koe whakaukau pena hau ke te au ke ai nonu ke flavor hangeha flavor me island flavor. Pausio lewa ki he ngawe aki e mango. Ai piurei ko ia o e mango. Ngawe aki ai whaina. He koe huhua koe whaina o fu acidic ai huhua ko ia pe au lawa pe ia o kua e hono mea kui ko ti ionize. Now remove ACT pia me he huhua e whaina. Kaua tuki ai pia moe huhua i niu. Pia whakaukau rewa. Ke whewhe ke whakatahai ai huhua nonu whakapala. Pia moe aia kono aho ia koe teknolosia e tau whangakui. Whakatahai pia moe teknolosia koe o hono pōni. Hono pirei koe ia o e nonu. Pea whakataha i muia ki loto. Pea koe ngahi toki et mai pe ai ngahi flavor hangi koe asai. Ki ai toki et mai pea moe raspberry, koe strawberry, moe crepe. Pea koe fofua protak koe hono fofua potius koe e nuku hiwa. Neongo e te ngawe aki ai formula kau te kai ke te sio ki he product as a whole. Pea koe ne osi ko ia product o mantu he malaria tu ki St. George. Na ulaki kamata po tiusia he nuku hiwai. Uhiko e kautaha ko ni na e nau nonu mi Hawaii. Pea na e nau nonu na mai mi Tahiti. Pea moe nonu mi Haamoa. Whātonga i rewa ai koe ngahi nonu ko o ai he nuku hiwa. O koe e nonu pea mi Tahiti. Nonu mi Hawaii. Lahi taha e nonu whakapala mo nonu purei, piko penu i nonu pea mei Haamoa, pea kuai pe e nonu whakapala o kuma umai pea mei Tonga. Koe kahatoa ia ngai mea ko ia ki pea, ko matu e malelea te ulaki aho ko ia, ma wahe mi heni koe tolu hengi hengi, ma tauga tu ki St. George, ko le i pe foki ki he fitu tau noa, pea kamata rewa production he walu. Koe fofua hau koe ai uhina ku os whakafonu. Pea tuku at koe hina, to'o mai rewa ngai uhina tuku i he waipe nau talamu aisi. Uhi kai toki wakai i ai flavor. Koe ne os pe mini te tahanima pau alat koe ia to'o mai fu hina. Koe nuku hiwa koe ana e rita e taha. Koe nuku hiwa he taini mi. Na kai ke mau ai whainga poro koe ni, koe mililita pe nia fitungiau ni manoa. Pero mana tu i he toa kia kua momoko au pito matu i whau koe taimi sama nia heni. I utani he taimi ko ia. Whaawa pe fo irita taha hinu, ai vai ua ai aga milita ni mangeau. Momoko au pito pea hifo ai hinu. Ai a kono ai winu ngofua. Pea koe taha ia ai ngai whihui maupeu, eke maupeu he whaahinga. Ai u mahino mai ua whahinga uka ke nau whanongo I he programa, ua he whahinga u nau toki o hake o whanongo, pa uka ke nau maure rei. Nau pehe nau tō oku mohanga tāna ki ha suka ki he nuku hiwa koe mea ku winu ngofua ai. Ho eiki mo haam tā pūre oku kai ke tāna ki ha suka ki he nuku hiwa. Koe ngahi fruit koe na utala noga ki ai, oku ia ngahi natural suka o fruit koe toa pe. Pea koe no whakatahai koe ki nau tōru I whainga ratio koe ia, pea oku inu ngofua re waia. Kaike, koe tāria koe ia ki he whihui koe ia. Pea aere koe whihui mau peu eke, nau pehe nau tōru. Pea whewhe ai ki nau tōru mao he suka. Oku toe hai ho nau suka, I he taimingo uinua waka pa oku meri, te kai ke usio hataha ku hai ho no suka I he nuku hiwa. He koe kongalahi o nuku hiwa koe nonu whakapala, mo I penu I nonu, pa koe tānake te whaki I toenga koe ngai mea une hanga rewa na tōru o ririu hono freiwa. Kai ke na e whai ai clinical, pa koe ngahi u clinical study ko ngā ake nonu, o hanga mau behe nonu o tuku hifo, ai suka I a teki nau tōru koe o lahi ho nau suka. Kai ke, koe ia ngaini e ngāui ko ia ai nonu, ai a kuhaat pe I he whakatata ko ni ai nonu whakapala, pe mo e penu I nonu. Whakataha I ki naua, mo ngai u flavor kehe, ngai u fruits, pe koe mea rewa ko ia oku te mao ke ngai whakatotolo whikau aki pe mo e nonu. Oku, ko tite to ki pick up mai taimi no pe mele, uhi he ku mau inga ke kakai koe taimi ko ia na mau puke ai he COVID-19. Koe atua e hina nonu e ai ngai fohaka mafoke hoa. Koe nuku hiwa na mau inu. Pea koe mea pena uongo e taimi nihi koe ki ngā ngau e urupa whatonga e koe ke lava o mohe le rei. Pea koe kai, ne hangi o ku kai ke mau ai ua koe ia ke mea kai. Ka koe te kai peu te iloi ke te mau haivi. Ka o kai ke hangi koe nanam ka pau tunu sipi a taha te nā mui. Koe taiminga o te mau e COVID-19 ka tunu sipi a taha koe ki te nā mui e kita. Hani tunu me sipi. Pea koe kakai tō lahi o ki nau tolu na diagnose I he aho tatau pe pea mo e COVID-19 lahi o nau tolu na awe ki whare mahaki uhi u mau nau tolu he pneumonia whatu tāmaki ke whainga ni pea mau whakamalo pe ko uhi ko e nuku hiwa ku hanga tōni ki mau tolu o mau tō e mo uile rei waweange I he whahinga ko ia na awe ki whare mahaki he ni.
Ai e toi tā palu nei, kai kia ha taha ia o whaamirina e awi ki whare mahaki, nei kia taha e nei toi au katuunga o ku whatu tā maki ange.
I kai na mau I quarantine pe ho mau api, tak taha ia I pe honoloki no fo mauai. Lau mo e ne fola.
Goia.
Kai na kai ke awe ha taha ia mau tōlu ki he ki whare mahaki. Hanga ku lau koe tō laho ki nau tō nau ilo na mawo, na wo pe na tumatu te alere pe me alere koe ngofua ke te hifo ki tu ai. Pea ko ki nau tōlu koe ia o ku nai fu whatu tāmaki o lahe no awe ki whare mahaki. Ko hi koe pneumonia. Pea kai ke lava mānawa re rei. Pea koe whainga ni o ku kamata ke aake pe fufula e vae. Pea kohono koe whainga, koe mahaki koe ni o kunihanga whakatupu ai kahi. Ka uke ilo e pe te taui e kahi koe a koe kahi haa. He ue whaahinga koe o ku alufoki ai virus koe ni o nofo he ngahi u lama. ko notes ia ko he lymphatic system.
Hisino, ko ia.
Io, pia whakatupu leo na dohange u fufula ai vae. Ko mimi lai taha o nofu ki lalo ki he vae.
Ko ia.
Kai ge hataha ia mautolu na ave ki whare mahaki na mau I api pe. Pia o se pe ai koe whanau, koe lai taha pe ko hangeu ki ngā ngau e ulu. Kai pe ke fiu pia inu pe nau nonu. Pia to'o atu ha Tailanol ka pau kai ke toi lava o mapulei ai ngangau ko ia ulu pia sai pe ia kai ke koe ngahi uhinga ni koe o kulere ia ai nonu kono whakamalo hi o e sino he kuhanga he nonu o kui koe caspin inhibitor caspin L koe ensaimi ni au lerei ene ngau e taimu mo lerei ia asino ko taimu ko hu mai virus ko ni tau te fito ke he virus coronavirus uhi ko virus fika ua en ko ne hu mai pe o ne ngau e ia hogoleva aki ensaimi ko ni kono ki I kaume a mamai pe ne hangareva e ia o whakalahi ai taimi ko ia o hu mai a virus ke sino
I see.
Io, pia kuhanga rewa he nonu ia koe ngai whatatolo koe lahita ngai whatatolo koe nina e whai e au ki mu atu. Uhi koe whekumi ki he antiviral property koe ia o he nonu koe uhinga na wahe e talanoa koe ia ki mu a. Koe ongo tangata. Pia kuhanga he nonu o taofi ai ngaue ai ensaimi koe ni. Hokat ki ai, o guai ai ensaimi taha kui koe campaign, o ku ikai ke ngata pehe I ngawe I he immune, ka uto I ngawe I he atamai. Pea ku hange koe lauka ane nai, mi hange pe koe caspin L ka aku koe taimi koe ia o ku hu mai ai virus koe ni pea whakalalahi rewa I ngawe a campaign o whakatupulaki rewa ai ka pau hu maha ki virus e taha o se pe hou ai fiha ko hou mai ngai varasi e tau pehe ko no noa ki tua.
Koia.
Pea koe taimi koe o ku poloka ai, pea ka pau hua te taha mahalo hou mai peha ono ki tua. Ai mahino mai rewa o ku laheange ngai varasi o ku poloka. Pea uhanga he nonu o ini. O ta ofi ai ensaimi koe ni. Pea o kuei pea mue receptor ai taha nge koe ni. Ko hiko ta taimi ko ia o ku hu mai ai virus ko ni SARS-CoV-2 une whakatupu ai COVID-19 o ku hao ia o pipiki ki he taha no ngai receptor o ku I ko TPP4 pia ko TPP4 ko kinau tolu ko ia o ku mao e suka ka bau ku ke suka o ku lahi au pito ai mo ui hake ai TPP4 pea kono uhinga ia ka pau e mao koe he mahaki koe ni ka uku ke suka o ku whakatu tāmaki ke te koe.
Koia.
Koe tahane ngai uhinga. Pea koe nonu o ku nehanga o taofi ai receptor koe ni mhene ngāwe. O si mahino pe foki ai ACE2 receptor ia, koe receptor ia ku mai aki koe he virus koe ni ki loto ka tau sino. Nai whai ai whakatotolo koe ia mahalo ki he uafe mātaha, pea pulusi atu ia I he ngahi article, mo he journal, whakasaya nisi. Pea o ku haa mahino mai aha no taofi he no nua e TPP4 receptor. Koe ngahi whakatotola kau sai nisi ke he nai o maaria ia ma upe ai. Ui he o ku hanga he no nu o koe immune system o ku konga ua. Ko konga ula ki o kui ko innate, konga hanua ui ko adaptive. Pea nau hanga nato ai e whangi kumako e ni, o siko ia pa nau hanga tese aki a virus mo ngai u bacteria. Pea whakamo ni e nau tolu, o kuhanga he no nu o hiki hake ai ngā ue ko ia ai innate, pea mo adaptive. Ai a kune hanga whamao hi a sino. Pea maoni pe lao e tau whanga kui, ko taimi koe o ku te inua e nonu, pe kai e nonu koe o momoho, pe a follow a hono huhua, o ku ne hanga wha maalo hi hoto sino. Pe a koe ngai whikume nia whai he tō taha ko Dr. Lohani pia me he University of Wisconsin. I whipota noa aki mo ia ta mai rewa e ko whihanga o ia kumi pe wā whewhe ai ngāwe ai nonu ki he genes, o whikau aki mo immune system. Pea nehanga rewa ilo o kuhanga he nonu o whakarerei ai mea kui ka toll-like receptor tolu wha mo e nima ko nau tolu ia o ku nau hanga o hangi ko nau tolu o ku nau toko nii a immune system ke nau sense ka bau ku maha virus pe ko bacteria pe ko hapea whainga mea ke sino. Ngau e whakafo whapino na whai he toko taha koe ni pea o whamo ni I a mea e ta na lawa ke tau whankui ka o mafo ke talanoa na o fufua wahe o ku iai a antiviral property o nonu. Koe mea hoko ki ai o kui koe interferon gamma, koe taha ingai whatotolo na akwhai, pia mo kausai nisi pia mautolu. Koe taimi koe ia, o ku whakapapau ian koe taimi koe, o ku te hangai ka bau ka whanki I kuma, huho ake whanki I kuma ai bacteria pe koe virus, o ku ka bau he kai ke hanga e he sino, o activate mea kui ko interferon. Ko interferon o ku interfere pia me he hu mai ko ia mo e whakatuputupu laki ko ia a lahi o e virus. Mahalo ku tō lahi kau tonga ku na wanga maheni ke fo irea ko ni ka o kuia na toko interfihi. Pia kuhanga he no nuo activate a interferon gamma. Ko ne lahi angi koe ngai mea ku nau interfere pia mo huma e virus ko lelei angi ki hoto sino.
Koia.
Pia ko hono whaka o si o ku iai a mea kui ko cannabinoid system. Ko e system ia o ku nau whepiki taki au pito pia moe immune system. Pia kai ha mea o ku ne activate a cannabinoid receptor whika ua. Pea kuhanga rewa he cannabinoid receptor whika ua o activate the immune system. Hanga he nonu o whae ngāui ko ia. Koe mea o maari Koe cannabinoid receptor whika ula ki o kui he ata mai mo ngai konga kehe. Koe ngahi u mea ko ia o tawanga maheni ki ai a whaito o kona tapu. Koe taimi ko ia o nau pipiki ai ki he cannabinoid receptor whika ula ki. Pe hanga rewa e nau tolu ia o riu ai ngā ue ko ia, o hoko ai e paloparema, ko uhinga e koe uhange e pe koe o kunau lere vave, pe unau kakate e pire, lere mama kula kula, uhi koe paloparema ko ia o e cannabinoid receptor whika ula ki o ku he atamai. Paloparema lahi au pito, pea ko hono whaka o si koe na koe ke whokotu atu heni ka koe e tala noa mo kau tangata mo kau whine una whai a e whekumi ke mea kui koe bradykinin. Koe bradykinin o ku tai ini ma upe ki he inflammation, ki he kulokula mo e fufula mo e pupula. Pea toki ma ufraha mai he whakatotolo e kau sainis he maina ku osi. Kai ai ha taha o ku puk he COVID-19 pea o ku active a bradykinin ko ki nau tolu ia e mao ko ia pneumonia ko ia he maa.
Wow.
Mea maari, kau hanga he nonu ia ta ofi ai bradykinin.
Koia.
Koe ngahi u whakatotolo eni kua osifai pia kou tui o kuia e maulotonga whenga tainim. E ngai wheitu ke hi mamani ke lawa o whai ai whakatotolo pau ngau ake whanki I kuma. He ue ka kai mau nau tolu he COVID-19 kau kai ke nau whie toa nau tolu ha whainga trucks. Pea whenga ke mau ka kai peheni uhi ke nau ngā ake nukuhiwa pa sio ke anga whe ngai umea he toto. Ka koe taria ke he whehui koe tahape ia ngai whehui koe whehui ke he e wha ka koe taria ke he whehui o ku iainai ha antiviral o e nonu, pia koe tari io, koe ngai whakamatala whakasainisen, pia koe ospulusien, pia koe nukuhiwa, tokoni lahi au pito ki he mo uile rei koe ia aesino. Ah, mele, ua ha whakau me mihena pa tuk mai.
O ko whamalo e toi tā whapalu e ngai whama ala goia o ku lava ke tuku mai. Mona whakatau ke i goia ki tau tolu mo i kau whanongo ke ngahi lelei goia e nuku hiwa whikau aku me tau whainga goia ke tau tolu lelei ane. Ma wahe me ngai mea goia whikau aki pa mo e lelei goia e nuku hiwa ki e COVID-19 mo ngahi tawha aki o nehanga malui mo toko ni whamalo ia. O ko whamalo whamatala koe e whiawhini whekawapa mo meri e koe e nukuiwa. He koe whehui au ko mai lahi o pita ka lau te whito, ka ki ngau tolu koe o kuna moua koe ana ngai sino koe ke suka. I fōwha taimi koe o nau maua koe e nukuiwa, koe lak whehui be ia. E hai nai o suka au kui he konga inu koe ia, ai nukuiwa he mahino be au meri. Ai e hoi pa mga mata apura mo mea mai he aoni he ngā lua pepe peheka ki mō tōku ea mō mea mai i he ngā lua ea. Koe tāri ena o atu koe ia e toki tā awhapalo. Au ku i kai ke toi hai o tō suka i he e te inu koe ia ai nukuhiwa. Toko ni ia ke nehanga o it lowers and helps to stabilize ai suka. Ngā wahe me ngai mea koe ia e toi tā awhapalo whamalo i he whainga maali e. Whamanana ka mō tōku nukuhiwa au tola i ni manoa ia ke whaihina e taha. Ka tola e te au ke whaihina e wā. Pea kua pau ke totongi e koe shipping, o ka pau koe ke e nofo i Texas. Okay? O ka pau ke e nofo i Texas i pe lava ke pick up o hina nukuiwa. Kua pau ke ke totongi e shipping, ai koe tola e wanoa, whaihina e taha, ki e whaihina e whā. The shipping is $20. Kono hui ngā he koe puha koe ai post office, koe whaihina pe whā o lava o hao koe ia. Ai ko whakoe taimi rewa koe au toi lahi ngā whahi hina nukuiwa rewa e taha o au i e whitu, mahino rewa e shipping ia e ua. Koe whaunga le lei taha koe o e whatai nukuiwa, ko whatau e kita puha kakato, ai koe whahi hina e wā i shipping lewa. Ka koe whika telefoni koe ke mō whetu tak mai ki ai e roi pa ngā mata apure, mō mana tui, toi tā whapalu o kui kai ke whakatau vai, ai koe mō whawhafo ngā au. Wau mere ni palau piu tau. Pa koe whika telefoni i ono valua, ni maono wha fitu nono ataha. Ono valua, ni maono wha fitu nono ataha. No mana tu e kai senda tawai a bumbong. Ka iani i he whetu tak mai i he whiawhini, ko tuka wawe taha koe aho toko naki. O kulawa ke shipi atu ai ho mō ngai nukiwa. Ka koe whike telefoni koe ke mō whetu tak mai ki ai. Ono valua, ni maono wha fitu nono ataha. Peka pako ke tare telefoni mo eiki pe. A tāpe ke text mai, pe te ke telefoni mai. Pe tu mai ha whekau pa te pau pe ki hanga o whawhawhika toa telefoni mai. Kei whakamalo te toi tāwha pau ki whainga māria. Malo.
Koia. Malo pito mene ko e osia e ta polo kalama i he whiawhini ho eke mahamata pure o na ngalo a whika telefoni ki a mele. Ono valua ni mano wha fitu nono ataha. Pea ko e lava e polo kalama lofa talamasani i he whiawhini. Ka e tukat mua a ngai whanongonongo. Pea hoko mai lewa proka ma pelula ke mamao mo Dr. Kinglang. Malo pito mele.
Thank you, Dr. Paulo, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you guys too.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
E pe koe fo i star e whai wakoe, te ke whai ka pakao a angelo, koe kolo ia kau angelo. Ho ek mo kai ngā tonga mamani, koe tau pehepe kolo kau angelo, pe mahino lewa, koe loloni, koe toi ngā ia me hina lolo ala pasita amele maktarine. Le whakataulonga mai a tui fia mo e kakara iloa, le whiri furifurihi me ot motuanga o whā, He guia e pako langa karisi ale. Hei lala moho koi kalospani. Pe ai foki pea moe Blue Maria. Moe kalasi ke he Maria. He koe taimi koe te ke mairi ai. Oua. Pe tāne nei ke whahi e mere maktarine e foi alabasta. Ko ene whakatau ele. Fika telefoni. Fitu ono noa. Hive hiva malu whataha fitfitu. Pe koe tolu wa tolu. Hiva valu wha noa hiva wa. Koia, tā lewa ke fika telefoni. Fitu ono noa. Hiva valu whataha fitfitu. Pe koe tolu wa tolu. Hiva valu wha noa hiva wa. Ko talatu. Oku si e kuleaka aku amu atu. He kohono manongi. Tene ave koe ke wawa mo e mahina. Pe teke maali kanau si o fetu u pe mo whaka isa. Tau lolo ala pasita ki ai. Ala si le puha ko e kumana ia. Kata ua mai e waka o mateki a koe. Kua ke mateo teo nai?
Kele honi, na whawhalala pe ki ho o tuputupu lea whanua.
Le puha, te o ke pehete ulawa tuputupu le whanua ke ngangana hi whapaanga ki whai a koputu. Mawe ke utoho ma whai mana ia hadai ni.
Ie, ko osi ki wheho o iwi whaimana.
Ala si yonga mātua, ko au mau i kiskis whewhine, koe kore atu mei pulotu, oua te moho haa, he kuia i e whaunga ke tokoni atu ki homo tuunga ma teu, o ka hoko mai a mate. Ko Lincoln Heritage Funeral Advances, e lava ke ai ha mo malu i putu. Ko malu i putu, o ku lava ke malu i ha whewhine pe tangata, pe ku sise i hifo hono tau motua i he tau waunima. O kune lava malu i hataha pe o kai mau ene pepa, pe o kai ha ene fika ngā ue. O kai whaka ke fie mau hasiri mo i lelei. Te tau lava pe o whakafonu i he telefoni pe i kai fie mau, te tau toi fe tau laki. Koe whai ngofua, mawe pe o ko pau whoki he o ka hoko mai e mate. I loto i he hoa e ua wha, e hoa i aho o paanga malu i ho account, pe a ke nonga mo e fie mari, pe to e nonga whoki mo ho whanau, mo toi ngai family. Koia, tuku ai ke pea mo tā ke whika telefoni. Ona ni manoa, tolu noa fitu ni minima taha. Pe koe whika telefoni a ane pasina. Ona ni manoa, malu tolu wha fitu.
Oia we, kua ongo ki puloto e ku ta e matente.
Iyo, koe whakamore whakaoski o mo ui o kio awhini mā pē. Tā lewa ke whika telefoni, ono ni manoa, walu tolu wha fitu, ke koe ono ni manoa, tolu noa fitu nime taha ki whakaikiki, he kua ose taimia tuputupu le whanua. O fie ma uia, ke mateu teu e toko taha kotoa, o ka hoko mai a mate ki o tau whamiri.
whamalo au pito ho eiki mo e haamata pule, ho mo kei tuku taimi, ka mo mea mai ki he polokalama ko ia ai lofa talamasani I he fiafini, pea whamalo atu ho mo kei tuku taimi, ke mo mea mai ki he polokalama ko ia pelula ki mama o mo tauta kingilangi, ko ngari sio ki he fiafini mahalo o ku ko hi ku kau mai I he Zoom, pea o koe taimini he o kai ke ngāu e le rei ai Zoom ki ha whaahinga. Kai ke, koe sai pe ke tau pea neongo o te kai ke kau mai ka mahalo te u ka pau e toki kau mai ka koloto ke whai atu ha wahe I he fiafini. Koe lahi a ngai whehu I wha o mai ki he kia Dr. Kingilangi, pea o mai ki a te ao whikau aki, pea mo e tau ngahi mea kai whakatonga. Pea koe uhinga whoki o ku whai ai a ngai whehu I koe ni, koe uhi he o ku lahi au pita kau toke tā, o ku nauhanga na tolo o talange o ku kai ke sai e tau ngahi mea tokoni whakatonga. Pea ko manatui he kulere atu ki he ki whaamiri, pea oi. Ko ki mautolo ko ia o whima o ke ota ha munu ko hiwa, mautabe ke he whika ko ia o mere ni palau piu tau, o ota mea I ha munu ko hiwa. Ko ia to tahape ulawa ke ota mea ha munu ko hiwa. Aia ko e whika o mere ni palau piu tau, ko e ono walu ua, nima ono wha, fitunoa noa taha. Ono wā lua, nima ono whā, fitu noa noa taha. Koia. Pea, I he taimunga na ulere at koe ki whā miri koe ni, pea o whakaike eke aianga e nau ngahi mea tokoni. Ai ku hā mahino mai heni koe lahi taha o he mea tokoni whakatonga o ku nau ngawe aki koe mani oke. Pea o talangerewa o wā whewheha o mō hanga ko ia o ngauhi pia mo haka mo mani oke. Pea tainei nei ke hanga he toke tā o recommend ke ua te nau kai, pe whakasisi I ahono mau ko ia o e mea kai tonga. O ku ho eiki mo hamata pule, ko e tau mea kai whakatonga, ko e mea kai tūki mua taha ia I he māma ko e ni, ko e mo o ni ia. O ku lakangi e tau ngahi mea tokoni, e ngahi mea tokoni whapapalangi. Hangi koe wite, mo ngahi umea ko iau. Te kai ke nau ofi ofia ki nau tolu, ki hono le rei whakaluku fua, whakatautaha o e ngahi mea tokoni. Hangi tau sio ke mani o ke. Pea, oku I kai ke totonu ke ai, o lolo I aki ai mani o ke, ai meo neisi. O kai ko ha mea lolo ia. Pea ko kore whamore pe e ho eke mga amatapune, ka oku kore pe ke hufanga I he whatapu ka o maafo ke talamalu e whonua, tau ngau ake ngahi rea mahi no. Pea koe tahane ngahi uhinga he usio ko ia ki he paroparema koe ni, tānei nei ke lahi ma uai pe ai ngako. I he whaahinga koe ni ko nau ngau e aki, ai peheni ai loloi. Oku ai e fo I polu, ai ki ai e vai, pea alu ki ai meo neisi lahi o tā ai, fatu. Osi ko ia pea toi o atu pea moe krimi o whana aki. Te ki ai ke ngawe ake he tau whanga kui ai whahinga ngahi kai ko ia, pea kono uhi ngai au recommend ia he kau tā tō lahi ke ua I ngawe aki e mea kai whakatonga. Hau kai ke nau ilo e nau tolu ai anga ko ia o lolo I. Pea ko e mea nuh maari I he ririu ko ia lolo I ko tāng mua au whakatau mai ai kapa niu o ko kapa niu ia ko niu e ko pehe usai taha I he kapa. Mantu ko le rei taha a e te mau ko ia ai fo I niu motu o vau. Kai peke te aha niu kapa poka niu ha e toi le rei angi ai. Pea ka paurewa o kai ke mau hafo I niu, ka uaha kapa niu. O kuei ai kapa niu pea me he koe Polynesian Treasures, pea oku nau asi pe ai pe mo kapa niu. ko e niu ia o ko ngau e aki. Pea ko le angrewa ke o mātua ke nau hanga o li riu ai mea koe ni i he mahina taha ko ia pana toi foke atu ko ia ki he toke tā ke whaiha no wakai ai lahi ko ia o i ngako. Ngau e aki ai kapa niu. Mō mana tu i foki ko e ngako i he sino o ku mea la lahe hua ulo aki. Fie mau he sino ke ngahi ai ngako ko uhi ko ngahi ngau e sino. Pesete fitunima. O ngako ko he sino, o ngahi pe ia he sino. Ko e pesete uanima, o kuha uia me tau mau mea tokoni. Pea ke whakaukau lewa ki hanga ho mau mea tokoni. O kou tānaki ha pesete uanima, pe kou toi tānaki atai ni manoa, pe kou e fitunima, pe kou e te au. He kono lahi ko ia o ngako i he sino o e tangata mo e whewhine, fie mau ke oa na toi lahi hake he ua ngeau. Ko e miri kalami ua ngeau i he tesilita e taha. Pea o wha eke mai rewa he whahinga nihi ka te au o nau pehe. E iai nai ha taimi o totonu ke tuhifai ai ngako he sino ke noa. Ho eke moha am tāpure ko ene noa pe ai ngako ko ia hau sino ko aloatu ia me he mama ko ni ke mama ka hau. Whau he otua ai sino ke nofole rei pe i he miri kalami ua ngeau i he tesilita e taha. O hange ko kulawe ko ane nai, fie mau he sino ke iai mau pe ai ngako ko uhi ko tau kiri, pe a moe cell membranes ko toa pe, o kufao aki ki nau tolu. Moe ngahi hormone ke ke. Pe he kai ke lawa ia noa, hange pe ia koe suka. Koe suka i he sino whiunga ke miri kalami e te au, i he tesilita e taha. Pe au kai ke fie mau i ke toi ova, ko ne ova pe he te au, ko uhi ko osi ha te kai, pe a ku osi pe mea hou au tonu e ke foki fo pe ki he te au, pe maulalo hi fuai. O ku iai ai whaahinga ko usio matai, ai suka ko hau ia ke nimangiau, miri kalame nimangiau he tesilita i taha. Pe a ko whanonga mau pe ki he toke tā, a ene eke, o sto tonu ke mate koe. Uhi au fuulahi fau a e suka. Ho eke moe haam tāpure. Aia koe suka, manatui ai suka au tonu ke miri kalame te au, ke te silita taha, pe si iange. Ngako, fie mau ke miri kalame e wangeau, ke te silita taha, pe si iange. Ka tau foki ki he tau mau mea tokoni. Ko e tahana o ngai kai, ne wanga maheni ki ai he mahina hiva mo wike ua e kunofo i niwa fo o. Malawa vai lahi ka mafo ke taki mo aka. He kai toi ngalo ai fo ua kon fonua kon ni kon niwa fo o. Pongi ko toa pe. Ka pau kai mau toinga me ai ko ka pau kai pong monite. Kai toinga me go ia na e tao ko ia he mau he sapate. Fa mau pe e au. Ai fo iniu e wha, pe a tatau e fo iniu ko ia. Tatau tau fua, pe toki hui pe. Kosi ki ai, pe a moe ngai fo i onioni Tonga. Pe a koe e taime nihi, ka pau mao ha fo i te matavao, pe a kosi mo ia ki ai. Kai ke, koe peke a kia ai mei, pe koe fo i maneo ke na e tunu. Ko mohanga whatonga i ai o ku kau ai niu he mea kai mo uilele i taha ia i he mama koe ni. Koe hānai hono uhinga nei tāpuni iai ai api mataka, aia i Havelu, koe uhi koe kai ke mau he pure anga tonga, ai ngai ilo whakasai nis nei ton ke nau mau. Koe mea koe nai hoko, hanga he university koe ia o Minnesota, whakataha mo ki nau tolu i Harvard, o nau whai ai whekumi ki he niu. Ka koe mea koe ia na nau hanga o ripoti, na kai ke whai ai ripoti i he whaunga whakasai nisi to tonu. Nau to o mea nau tolu ai niu. Pea koe lolo koe ia o kumau koe me niu, mantu koe tau vau koe tau fo i niu, ta tau koe ia lolo e haka, koe niu ia o kui koe ia koe virgin coconut milk. Pe o lava pe o ngawe ake virgin coconut milk, ma o mea e virgin coconut oil. Hangarewa nau tolo i riu whakasai nisi, whakakemikare ai niu. O kuuia ko e hydrogenated coconut oil. Pe nau tala rewa nau tolo ki mamani, ko no ai ko ia whawhanga aki ai virgin coconut oil, pea i he kumaa. O kulahi rewa ai ngako i he sino ko ia o i kumaa. Ko e mea ia o kui ko e loi, pea moe mio i. Uhi he ku, kaike toi hoko rewa ia ko e virgin coconut oil. O hoko rewa ia ko e hydrogenated virgin coconut oil. Ko nau hanga na tolo introduce ai taha o ngahi atomi ko ia ko e hydrogen, ki he niu, pea o kai rewa ke tonuia ke toi uia ko e virgin, ki uia ko e coconut milk, ko e coconut oil. Ui rewa ia ko e hydrogenated coconut oil. O kai koe mea ia o ke hanga maheni ki ai, kai koe mea i ko wanga maheni ki ai. Pea i he loi moe mio i e kau tangata poto koe ni, o hoko ai e tō lalo ai mataka, whakamamani lahi, pea mate ai api mataka ai havelu. Pea ko osi mao e au e ngai whakatatolo whasai nisi koe nana hoanga ripoti. Ka pana nau ripoti to tonu ai ripoti. Nau pehe ko hydrogenated coconut oil kung hanga raise cholesterol in mice or rats. Ka koe loi mo e mio i, koe uhinga na hoko e palapare. Ma koe harewa mea hoko e tainimi. Lahi e ngai product he tainimi unau ngau e ake hydrogenated coconut oil. Ko whea mea ia nei tala o kovi. Pea ho eki, ko wahe ni ke muhanga o meai, ai paloparema ne hoko i Tonga, pea mohono lohia kii, ai mahu inga o e mea e tauwhanga kui. Ko toi tānaki e tueni ki ho o ilo. Ko e niu, o kuhanga he niu o whakarerei e atamai, whakarerei e nifo, munga hikonga kehe o e sino. Pea ke mana tui, ko e talo e si tupu e tau whankui o lau senturi. Kai e niu, ko le pege hufanga e whakatapu, inu e niu, lolo i e tau ngahi haka, me ngahi mea kehe. Ko e taha o e palopare malahi taha ko e nanauhanga i o tuhifo ai ongo e niu, ko higo nau whenga ke nau marketi ai mea go ia kui go soya bean oil. Pea ko osi whakatotolo i whakasai nisi, o ku laka mamao ai niu i he soya bean oil. Ka paurewa o ke whiema o ke ngawe aki ai coconut oil, ki o kuki, he ku aonga. Whakatau ai coconut oil o kui ko virgin coconut oil. Mo whakatonga i e ku whamatala ko ane nei, to o mai te whai niu mo tuu, wau, pia tatau rewa ko ia o kuia ko virgin coconut milk. Pia ku awa rewa he kau pahalangi ai virgin coconut milk o mao meai ai virgin coconut oil. Kono uhinga ko recommend ai. Pia i kaia ko ia pe, ka bauk mo wha a kau mai ke polokama whi unu koula ai Tonga. Ko whawhi i mai e James Bond po me ke kawai o kuhanga he niu o whakarerei ai atamai o ki nau tolu o ku nau puke ko ia i he mahaki ko ia o taui ko loto ngalo pe ko hono ai whakapapalangi mo whakasai nisi ko e Alzheimer's. Pea neu tuku atu i he wike ua kuhiri ai ngahi kua whaeni ai ngahi mea ku ne whakatupu ai loto ngalo ulo aki ko e free radicals, ka nau tuku atu ai tolu ko he uhi umahino ngō fuange. Aia ko e ulo aki ko e mea kui ko e tau proteins, ua ko e beta amyloid, pea ko hono tolu ko e whahinga bacteria o ku nofo i he te enifo, ko kore pe ke uhufanga e talamalo e whonua. O kui ko e Porphyromonas, Chinchivalis. Ko e palopalema koi ke te ni foko ne ma upe he bacteria koni ngai palopalema ko ya o kulahi rewa ai mahaki ufa ui ko periodontitis. Pea ku nau hu nau tolu ke ata mai ngau ake whanki mea kui ko tentinol tuples. Hangi hawhanga ki tiupi palama nai. Pea ko ne hu ko ke ata mai o kuia e mea ku whao he otua ke ne malu e ata mai mi ha virus peko ha bacteria. O kui ko blood-brain barrier. Pea whatotolo he kau sainisi o nau ilo, nau alunga mao ngai sempolo me he whirungo fulu, walungo fulu, hiwango fulu, me wafe tupu. O ku asia bacteria koe ni, ia teki nau tolu ko toa pe, lai mao ki nau tolu he Alzheimer's. Mo manatu i koe bacteria koe ni o nofo pe ia, ne whatupu e mahaki ko ia o te N4. Pea peherewa e ki nau tolu ke nau hanga o whakatotolo i pera no marien. Ai e whanki kuma mo uile rei au pito, wahe ua ke kulupe ua. Kulupu ulua ki, kai ke oangi ha mea ka nau tolu. Kulupu hono ua, oangi ka te ki nau tolu ai bacteria koe ni, Phyromonas syncytialis. Ka mata rewa ki nau whatongai e loto ngalo e whanki kuma. He koe kumaga toa beu ne ilo e na nam ko ia o ne mea kai, mai feitu ke alo ma hono inu. E hangea whanki meis. Pea taimi ko ia na e tamate ia e whanki kumaga ni, o se angahi mahina, nau whatonga i rewa o ku lahi ai tau proteins, lahi mo e beta amyloid, pea pesete te au o e kulupu ko ia, mau nau tolu e loto ngalo, pe koe Alzheimer's. Koe whakamo oni, lahi tahaia o kunau whai, koe Alzheimer's ia, whakatupu ia he bacteria koe ni. Hiu kai katoa taha katoa peu mao he Alzheimer's. Ai rewa o ku mahino, ai te ngao ea ki ai good oral hygiene, ke fulma o pea nifo. Pea kai ge, koe mea ko toi maari e ange whau. Hanga he niu. O kuiai e compound he niu, kune hanga e ia o tuku hifo ai whakatupulaki ko ia e bacteria koe ni. Tau te whokipe ke ngai mea tokone tau whangakui, he nei o mai ia he o tua, pe kai ke aha taha ia toi potoang he o tua. Ko ia o kulerei ai niu. Mahau ki i loloa e whakamatalaka e ofa ku mahu inga ke te koe uhiga tō lahi ngai whihu i whikau aki pia mo i tau mea kai whakatonga. Kai tuku ata whanki whanongononga mo tau fo i whasi pa tau te whoki mai uhi o lahi e ngai mea lahi e tau tala noa ki ai. I hene o whikau aki pia mo e le rei e tau ngahi mea kai whakatonga.
Ko kai hamu mei tonga tap. Alasi o kai ngai Amerika. Mo katak fitu taki ke Vake Tali fifatau aki. O totongi mai mua haki foi hot dog. Te kapaika. Kana tiliva mai nau tol kiao. Te o kapau te eke ma ho wahe. Te ke ame te e koe hokolo fatonga. Ke ai haki no i kau tahano ai Vake Tali fifatau aki. Ke totongi mai aki e kiki. Ka vitok tata. Kolo ape ke si mau haki kiki sapate. Ko siga telefoni ai Vake Tali fifatau aki. Ko ni matahanoa, ni mafituono, hiwau wata. Nau tiliva hangaton malte ki hoklo tofal masiva. E kai ke te fenga ki kolo. Ko sika telefoni, ni matahanoa, ni mafituono, hiwau wata. Ni matahanoa, ni mafituono, hiwau wata. Te utari atu pe, hoko ofatu, mea kai hamu. Me kanatea tonga tapu.
Toko, kuang kofi wang e kai hamu, whaan pe ia ia te kike sapate.
Oh, o wei hau family Amerika?
Iyo toko lahi au pito.
Tā ki o family ave fika wawa o runners, ono ni manoa tau noa fit ni me ni mata. Te nau lawa tatongi Amerika. Te au pik e au i wawa oni o tiliwa ki homo api i wawa oni.
Hawe malo au pito toko te talewa kia mātol he taimini.
Ko ia ai ka inga tonga i Amerika. Tā lewa ki he wawao runners ki he ono ni manoa tau noa fit ni mani mata. O totongi haki ikiki pe koha shopping pe ki he lolo ahalai walu ka maulele ki mautol o te liwa ki o nā ngahi o whale. Heu pehe pe whatawhata maa whanaa ia. Wawao runners, telefoni, ono ni manoa tau noa fit ni mata. Omni in wawao.
Whangai no muka, mapu atonga, mafkau nanga, moi otu momua. E ko ha ofa tu nga a hange koe tala e folofola, mui fui vai e ngalo nai he ha. Ai tangi me hea te moi whaka anawa, hono folaua a o se ni mohono ngā hea haa. I kai ha utu e hakea, tu lau he viviku hono whakahifo, mohono whakaheka. Ai suingi he mai a, rifi e ka e ngā he puha whaangau ta, kofu e kauto ole kere ka he whala hange hapekia, etc. etc. Peka ala ta amaki mo popo uri ana tula, oia we te mau fefe. He koloto tahi pe mo moana vavale. Wafu, wafu, wafu. Ko ane a fia mohono ngahi whainga taa, ki he apongi pongi, e fie maarie pe a whonu i he fie fia. Ko hamata paa tene lilingi e ngahi monu ia, ki ho tau ki motu tupu anga, ka ko tau pole pole anga. Ko ho o wha moho toko ni, ko i vai kau aki ia ki he langa ngā wen. Let's go, let's go, let's do it. Siuhu, o to mua na muka wolf project. Palestini, pentu i pulotu ona ni manoa tolfa ono wanoa tahiva, peko sekretari mele moala fisi uano ono fitu walu ono val tol fitu walu.
Salu, me fala hola me longo akau. Ko e kure ani teu whakatapu, whaka apa teria e hau. Kae ae, kolo salu, me fala hola me longo akau. Akenga e manu tau akau, ko e kakala onu kuma anu. Eki e wheinga kotone, aho whakasiu moro tere. Ongo mano ki hewe e pao oe ki e o taone. Vai teu a kau whewhine, e kuoruma ki la takowe. Pe i hua mai hatau a alo e tiana, o e maha a koro, tangaka e a piko makuho, katoka kala mei lo tunofo. Lalo di e teu o e pare alo, papa anga o manu matao. Lalo di e teu o e pare alo, papa anga o manu matao. Kau ulu whanua aela a, pea hopo a uwhia molata, ke moutu e mo vavava, ai lau manu o tarikana. Kau ulu whanua aela a, pea hopo a uwhia molata, ke moutu e mo vavava, ai lau manu o tarikana. Ka hoa ai nusi palataha, ko e tui mei mata moana. Pe
Whiawhia ke taitailere pēr ki mutolu I he whiawhini, ki he programa pelula ki mamao, Dr. Kingilangi. Kingi, ko uhi ko e taimi. Ko e taitailere ko ke ta programa I he whiawhini pēr o kuiai pēr e ngai whihu I heni, ka e tuku mai ha o mea o ke whie lota ke whai whakahoko ati ki he mātanga, pakahiri koe pau tuku ate ngai whihu I nā umau.
Ola pita whai mai koe ni. Ko whamau mora atu pē ki technical difficulty koe ni nei hoko. Ngā koe kai ki whu familiarise mo e ngahi technology e telefoni mo e computer koe ni. Kani mo ia ko tau sia e whiawhini, pia whamalo ko ea koe ngahi whihui me whau mai he telefoni. Pia kua ngai whihui whikawa ki pa moe. Ngai mea na tau silau peke ki mua, ka ko totonu peke toi ki whamaamangi ka te tau tonu. Ngahi whaito o ku nau pehe, o ku aunga ki he coronavirus. Ko mea kong tau I loko e taimi ni, mea maho inga taha, e tau whenga I whakawhipakia I ke maaki whaau hako ni. Tau whenga ke tau hanga tokanga e pita na e tau nutrition. Ngai mea maho inga taha ki he hana whamalo hia immune system e whawhipaki ki ngai maaki koe ni. Ua ki ia, o tau ngahi mea tokoni e ala tokoni lahi ki hana whamalo hia immune system. Ke whawhipaki ngai maako noa ki ai, ka whawhanongo ki ngahi pōpua ka tu e tā me pure anga, ka whenga ke tau social distance, ka tau whenga ke tau mask, ka tau whenga maupe ke tau whanu tau ni mapa wear gloves ke taimi te mau ai. O wate tau whae ngai mea ko ni lava ke tokoni hono ki horoki ki lalo ai mau kita e mahaki ko ni, pea waweange ai hoko whatuta maki kia te kita. O tonga ko ia mahina ka te tau tolu, ko e taingo toa peu tau malolo whiu ngai, taingo toa peu tau mok mea tokoni e mea tokoni totonu tonu ke tau mok mea tokoni me ai. Pea tau ki holoki a ngai mau mea tokoni mea hanga o mai a ngahi weight gain, kia ki tau tolu, ai u tau sio peke ngahi meat, dairy, mo eggs, tau lau peke ki mua. Tau sio peke ngahi salt, mo sugar, mo oil, ngahi mea kai mahu inga ki tau tokanga pita ki ai kano whatisini. Taka panga o ki whalailai pai whole food plant based, ai o ku kawai ta mai mea kai tonga, ngai mea kai tau wanga maheni kia tau mau mea tukoni mea tonga. Pasta pita flavor kupea ki meat sia no ki fish, because ki meat, very small amount, ia flavor, kai noko pere tau ngahi tokoni I whole food plant based, ko fruits, ko vegetables, ngahi mau me tokoni ko ni, mahu inga whuke tau toka ngangi ke inga vai, ko kina tōko tau pere tau mau e whaki mofi kweni ke COVID, mana te o si hao ngahi, o si aipe ngahi e kawe puke tai me na ngahi whai toko ke ngahi mahaki koe, koe ko ngahi mahaki fo o. Koe pneumonia ka ngai mea, ka osi whai mai ka tōria I he ngahi tau mahi. Ka osi iho he kau tā ia ngai whaunga ke whai ke hano treat. Ko eo ko tonu peke tau whetu taku pe tau toke tā, ke mahino lewa ka te tau tō ko hae mea whia mau, wau peke whai nau whekumi ki ai, pia uei ngai ka pana mo whatongai frontline how to go frontline White House in now. Fireman of the presentation the TV. I was from our follow up and had toxicroquine follow up of the rheumatism workout among I make follow up of our erythromycin, pneumonia, or COVID na wilo ku pahuinga furon fa ngai mai ngahi vitamins ngahi nutrients ngai zinc ngahi alamea ko faito ko ya mahuinga au to peia ka ku pau pe ke fitu taki ko to ta ngai fai to ngai fai po ko ni tau fai tu ko hele te o ko to o ia ngai whakaukau ko tu ta kia te koe ku ngā koe mea whalao. Me ke tau take your responsibility, ka kupoke te au te sivi, whai ngai diagnostic testing, ilo mea e whakaata mo ngahi mea ko ia pa lava rewa ke te hanga he tu ta whakafua to tonu atu, mea o to tonu ke hanga o folo, o whai tau ke hanga folo, ko ine vai o mea lelei au pita, ia ngai ko coconut water, hydration e coconut water, tai min, mea rei au pito ia, tau nofo e tau mea kai tonga, tau tokanga ke tau malolo o te tau hela ia, tau tokanga ke tau whio hiki o na tau whio hiki mo ka kai na o si mao e vares, mantu ko ka kai kou na o si mao e vares, ko nea si peu i ke ua o usually na immune ki na toki ai. Ki he vares ko e ni, pa keke na o te lau na toke na uma e vares ko e ni na o become immune ki ai. Ko anga whaka na tula pia sino whawhipaki ke maki. Pa e tō lahi a bita pe ka karie Amerikani mō māmani. Ko na osia e maki koe ni. Ko na osai na tōngi ai. Pakeke na te lau na toki na maki. Niongo o kuia ngahi huu anga e whekune ka tua tā. Una ilo o koe ka kai ni te nau te lau ape o nau pehe te nau te lau ape mo. You never say never in medicine. Ai ko me ko tau ilo ki ai ko ngahi ko tola ka kai go na mau ko kai go na ma enda paris ai ma go he blood test ye ki foi tu ko whole blood test me rango na ma ko IgM IgG mahino level ka ti tau tolu na o si build up enda body ke na fa paki ke maki ko ni e kai ke fa malava ke na te ma maki ko ni ke ti na to ka ne mo i ko tu kai mini tau si lo ho du ai ngahi immune globulin pa kuwe ngahi immune vaccination ki kakai ni takai min na ope ko se te hiwa nima ko peka pa whangofu in a month or so ia ko kakai ko te na uma e mahaki pa kuna olava ke na benefit me ko he de tu pa ko ki na togo na o sima ko mahaki tau hilele tau ma me tokoni ke whole food plant based tau in vai ke lai pa ko coconut water hydration that's another way of helping ia ye time mo feo mo family tokanga bita kia time ni lo tonga we ta pon ko ta hoka ki Thanksgiving tokanga bita kia kai ki tau ilo ta tole po hai o de ma o si mo ko hai ke ne lava o ma mo vete se mo ni ke takai na feo mo ya kai ke chang pa ta tokanga ke mask mo hand washing mo social distance ya ko time be to mask ma tu ke to pe mask ko kai no kurea ko ta ha ko ya ko me ma ki o se fo minite ha mo fu ke ta ni mo si ka ka to lo ki ko bi ai una pe ke ta wi lo ki ai pa ta fe ke ta fa ai ke ko anga ye tu ko he ta mini te pe ke ta fu lo ko o sia immunization ke ma ki ko ni ka ne mo ia ko be de leita te ta mala mo fai ta mini ka ta social distance ka hand washing ka mo ta mask ye mana tu i ma pe fo me to lu ke ma o pe ia mo ke fai ko wa me na ta to ka nga pe pe ko mai ngai vegetable me fai ko wa ke fu ma o pe ia mo to lu pa ta ma virus mo pe ke to ka nga to mo mo virus no to mo ngai family na va pe ke mo uno follow pe ngai guideline mana tu i ko basically ko spe wiki u ho ma ki ko ni pa ke develop antibody ka ki te la level for movet highly unlikely ka you never say never e tu ko ta ni ke fo pe ma ki ka ta to ka ke ko me ko to ka ke time ni to kanga ke mohe to kanga ke malolo to kanga ki he whakahi ehi mea ko ne kou mask ko distancing pa mo hand washing ma foi mea ko tolu kua ko mo tokanga pita ke mau mea toko ni no foi whole food plant based hydrate ke ngahi foods pia mo ngahi coconut water mo vai ngai whangaki herbal tea ngai ka whangaki lai mōri mga whangahi mea pe ki hydrate ma peo mo sino ko ngaki ko niu ni angao whaki pupuha ki ngofi nga to atu vai ma to sino e ke ko ngai mea ko tom ki tau whutokanga piki kia lo tonga tau lea tu ko ni tau tokanga piki ka taimo ku tau overweight i ai move whatonga me peki sa di ko niu mui e te au ko BMI the body mass index winga me ko fotua i chan ko ni he ka pau ko hanga whafufuha whainga ma tokoni me peki tau tau whatonga yang i ki chat ko ni pa tau hanga ki start yang i ki tau ilo wahano uhinga ka taimi ko tau overweight i mandu ka taimi ko tau overweight kawia i he risk o whainga maha ki pe o au ke ngai chronic diseases de tau lau te mao waweang e tau mau he taimi ko ngahi risk ko ni ai ko overweight pia yene tu nga ko tai mini ko tu he green ku sai ko ne au ke yellow ku ki overweight te au ke orange ko obesity pa te au ko ke kula extreme obesity to ko lai te tau tonga ka policia ke extreme obesity thing up in hall but then with mo hola pani wano no mo ngale wa holo cardiovascular disease mo risk pesete ni mano ai ko fu pani wano ko to be holo pesete mano pani wano holo pesete mano o de tau finga ke fu holo lai fu pani lai tau finga tanto ke holo pani ni ma homo fu ke wano ka lava ke tau benefit lewa ke tai mini pa tau whenga tau social distance, whenga ke tau mass, whenga ke tau whanwhanui nima, pa tau whenga ke tau whiohi kuma tau ngai whaamiri ke very safe au pina pita tau te whenga tai mini i taimi o Thanksgiving. Oia ka inga tonga ku whaamua pe lava ke watu e ngahi. Pupo ko nika ti mo tolu ko ngahi taimi ko tau pe mo whemau ha tokoni mo whitutaka mo toke taa. Wepe nga sai to ke ngahi me ko mi ta fa nga mo ya pe te nga pe fa fu atu fa te tau ye nga me ko te me ilo o fika wa ki mo ke age afa ko ki popo tu pe ya ngahi me ka to ko mi ta finga ke ta fio hi mo ya ko ha me ko si o mo nga ta ke ta fa nga to nga yang e ka provincia ko ta we to nga yang a pita ta obesity to nga yang overweight obesity mo extreme obesity to nga me ai le tolu ta fenga ta to nga pa pa ta holo pa yo no ta holo ke risk pesete ni mano every time we cut your weight 20 pounds less again ko nga ko tu nga me au nga ka ta to ke ta ki fa to nga ngai mana tu pe ai malo lo pa pe ke te mohe hoa wa pa pe ke te feo hi puto ki family pa pe ke most important contributory factor good health let me repeat that the good family support fa ta hai ka to ngai me ko ni ang au pe ke ta ki to nga ngai ni ngo pe ko ta repeat ma pe but repetition is a lot of learning pa pe ke ta nga pe ki repeat ma pe ka ta fa no pa ta ngau ki ai pa lava pe ke tau nga whaongai e tau ki blood pressure cuff, whaongai e tau oximeter, whaongai mo e tau ki scale, e tau sio ko whetu au tau iai, e tau move toward lewa ke toe tūma au toe mo ui lele yang, e he tai me tau mo ui lele yang e toe whewheka ange whawhepaki o tau sino, ki he ngahi mahaki ko ni ma ngahi semu ko ni mo ngahi chronic disease kotoa pe whoki. Ake te tau ngahi pōpōna e whai he ngai taimi kohi. Ake hapa ko ngai ki whenga ki o mai a ngai mea a mahuina ke whanau kia ngai ngai e tau i taimi sisi kona kutoa ka pāko hanga hata kone whenau ke tai ki whamama whaiat palawa peke te tala mai.
Koia, sai ke tuku atu ai ngai whehui. Ko e whehui ani o ko sai e whehui ko ni uhi ko e mea na ku whaafai e au ki mua. Ko e whiu ia tō taha ko nina ne eke mai halo tonga e wike. O ku ki whuoloa tau hene whakafua maha ku tau hene nima. O ku i kai ke kai pongi pongi. Ko e taimi ko hene whakamatala ka pau e kai pongi pongi. Ne hange ne ongo i o futengia pe ai ke te pe hange o ku hange na ne kai hafu mea kai lahi fe pe kai rewa ke loko le rei ke te ia e anga ni ngā ue. O ku sayang ke te ia, ko ne inu peha ne vai, he toki kai pe i he kai ho ata, mo i kai e whiawhi. Ka kune whātonga e mea koe ni o ku hoko koe ke te ia, i ngai mahina ko hiri. Ka mata ke lahi mai e ngā ngāue ulu. Pea ko ene eke mai, masi eke ati ki he toktalangi pe koe. Hai ki i whāmaha ki tokonta mai ko mohe, me i hoa fitu hoa walu. Ai au ne pehe u le rei ene mohe. Ka oku, iai nei ha kaunga ene ta e kai goia he pongi. Ke ene ngangau ulu goia oku me i tamai uku lahi mai he taini. Ka ulaki wheheu ia.
Moe nga pete wheheu ai ni ko pau peko manatu ko ke whakafuafua ka tu ta toko lahi na peko. Breakfast is most important meal, ha?
Koia.
Ai u to pega ki breakfast ka I he taimi ko to aho ko to ape o tau mai breakfast sai ka u to pega ki full break of the fast ai u to pega tau ki misi ki a taha pe a ua weekend ka koe ki langa ulu koe ne toko taha koe ni e lava pe ke ilo me koe mea mahunga taha ke tau ilo ke tau toka ngai vital signs ke blood pressure. Ka pau o ki ngā ulu pongi e lava ke lere blood pressure ki o lunga pa ki whai longa ia ki whai puta maki ka pai ke toka ngai mata. Tau te fito ka pau overweight, tau te fito ka pau iaha suka, tau te fito ko ato to maa lunga, tau te fito pe ko arthritis, mo e high cholesterol. Ai ko ngai mea mahu inga ko tongi ne sigreva mo ne toka taita, ni misio ke ne cholesterol, sio ke ne fasting blood sugar, sio ke ne uric acid, sio ke ngahi chemistry hono sino, i lewa me ai, sio koe haha no uhinga, ulahi abita uhinga ia, langa ulu e toka taha kwai te pongpongi. Ka koe uhinga ia, ako ke toka taha ke te hanga CV, ka ne sio, koe hea wainga he mea u totongi, ula au lewa wake taha, hange koe toto maarunga, te hange koe taimi tau ki tō koe, ai suka koe ki lalo, o ki ngangau ulu, te mau sino ia ki mea kai ke kamata ake aho. O te tonu peke me sive fasting blood sugar, sive pa moe blood pressure, sive pa moe oximetry, e sio me ko hai tunga ki ai, ya ko taimi ko ulele ko vital signs ko ia. O manatu ko ngai mea mu te rano ki ai, ave ke ne toka tā, te tuke ne toka tā ke te harewa whakafuafua mai a ngahi. Ka koe mea koe ke fu ilanga ulu pe tupu me i kai ke kai pungi, kai ke tau lava te tolo ilo ko haha no uhinga, ulu he lava ke langa ulu ia he suka, he lava ke langa ulu he toto maa alunga, he lava ke langa ulu he ulahe ngā ko, high cholesterol, he lava ke langa ulu he foi overweight at tāpe, he lava pe ke langa ulu, winga pe ke whiunga mohe, ka pau kua tuko tahe nu sino, he lava ke tāngu, ka neongo pe mohe hoa fit pe walu, au kai ki whiunga mohe ia kulahi pe ai taimi ko mohe ai, o ki tāngu kai kia o sino ia ke REM sleep, ke au koe ke mohe ko, ke mohe mohe le lei ko ai sino, ke te mau malo lo whiu. Kai mohe ko sino ia, kai tātangu koe i māmanawa tātangu kia o sia sino ia malolo whiunga i he mohe. Kai kehe ko ngahi ko foi mea ia taha ia utoe lahi ngahi uhinga ki ai ka ko more important ko mahu i ngānge i alu ko tume tāke siri i kohe ngai mea koe ni ngai chronic disease koe ni diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol. Ka mo overweight ki sio ngai ko whetunga ko o kei ai. Ko wherewa mea ko tonu ke whai. Hange ko ngai whamatanga lono i sue tau. Whamatanga toka ngai ho kai pesete wangu furuia. Pake toka ngai koe ko kai. Pake toka ngai ho mohe. Ko kai ki whamohi sinu ke taingu the sedentary job wai. Mana tiu kamata ke clock apu ngai ka lawa. Lere maari e toto. Ka kamata ke build up lewa kai hanga tā magia o ka lawa. O rupture lewa hok me heart attack my stroke. Kai ke. Ko ngai mea ko whemau. No ki whai ki whamohi sinu e whaaho. Pau ke whai e mohe ia. I mohe e tunga to tonu. pau ke toko ngai, sisi no, ke ua fu, usia ke ngahi overweight ko ia, e ko ngai mea ngatoka te lau whatupu alanga umu, te lau whatupu, stroke, te lau whatupu, pāka lava, ngahi mau kone ngai ka lava ke kio sinoa pike ko fua pe moe ati pe moe mafu au pike ke atamai. Ake apa ko ki whakalawalawe to ke mea atu taha koe nā kei ko ki koe whehui mahu inga he kai koe hano tali pe taha e ku Matai Factoria ngahi mea koe malawa ke te hanga check ke te sio ko hai tunga ko te iere ko ia ko hai mea rei tahu tongi whai ke Solovaki ki pao parema koe na tamai o i koe na ui whai whehui mahu inga koe na tau whanau ki ai. Malo.
Koia. Malo pito king koe tatai miu toi peta mindi te nima pia hoko mai programa whakao si kautui o ku tuku e ngahi whehui takolahe ngahi whehui ke taimi hoko mai ka koe whehui ene taha ko pehe o maa ben o ku kore mai toko taha koe ni kore ngai mua ki a kingi pe kwai ha masi o ku ne recommend o ku sai taha ke te ngawe aki.
Ngahi pita kai mask ke wasi i whakaga i ngahi business i mo. Ki mask ko whanga yo ki ngā mask na ngahi pia lose ia. Ane ka pat misio ngai ki mask ko ni. Ku kapu tupenu lo ua
Koia.
Tupenu lo ua pa ko hanga pia ia fo pa ko ku whaki mask ngahi ku whaki mask ko alpi mo ke ngawe. Pia me tai ko au ke ngawe ko taha me ma we COVID-19 pangarewa o puta me face shield i mua e te au pa whaere na ngahi mui lewa ngai protocol ko whema koe ke tokanga i ake tokataha koe ni ka koe mask o saenge pe ki te wear mask hagi mask o ku loa hua e tupenu pia paku lahi a bite whaki mask whakao ngai pehe o whare koroa lava pe ki ta whakao ngai a kai kehe ko hae a mea mahu i ngā ke tangu te tū koe mask ko mahu i ngā tau a spread virus ka tuka taha ke na koe taipo koe pe utanga ko o manawa ki koe mask ke lava ke malu i te spread ka mea o ku te mao ka tuka taha ke aia koe unika lahi ka koe ki a taha ke o ku kai ka mask o ku lava rewa ki te hanga o spread mai a whahinga kuke ko ua te ia. Mana tu ke tau takai ho koe ni waiaha tāki me ilo ko hae tama ku neo si mau hae virus ko hae tama ku ki te maa virus. Ko hinga mea tau te whaka e hi ai ko whaunga tō tonu pe nia ko whakahi i tau mask, hand washing na tau mua tau distancing. Ai ko whui mea tō uia. Hangai ko wheu tō na a whahinga mask mea o whatahe wharekoa sio pepe ku roa me mea lelei a pita pito ia. Koe whakangai ko mu mask wash mau pe o rotate ngai mask ko mo whaanga i ki ona i te auta rotate o to mask on a daily basis ni ngā te tai mu te whiohi kono ka kai ai ke ko mea moinga ta haia ka ti tau tōne tai muni tau tokanga ke social distance ko mask na mo hand washing tau te whito ke Thanksgiving koe ni hoko mai au whiohi pe si pe crowded area e te au ki ai na te whenga peki te nofi afu pe koe hangai koe hao hataha ki o to api to tonu ki te whutokanga api na pito kai ke nau taimi taha kai ke nau hand washing hao mua mei mua mea katoa spray ake whangi spray tau stala no ki ai ki mua e ngahi spray ke i te virus ka lava ke maru kita potu ki whamiri Ake a whakanga i ki popuati ki whiuka na toki o mai o ku mahui ngā pita pito hangai ku mea tolu na tau stano ki ai koe hand washing, social distance, kute ono, pia moe ki mask, kau kapau e tapu up lo ua, kaurere ia, papau kua hangai mask u recommend mai hawhai ngā whaikusia ku ngahi mask le leia pito ia lava peke whaamai.
Koia.
Ngai ki pōpō e whia whini, pāmpe a tokoni ki pōpō koe ni ke ti tau tolu whas, pāmari mōre atu a whae Kai full familiarize with technology ka lava ke hokore ta po la mai ta into no ka go tu be program ha ko mai te ria
Koia.
Af nga ta ngai ki po ma
Koia.
o ma lo ate lava fa pa ni maria po kala ma ni malo pito.
Ia, malo pito king ho wiki mo hamta puli ko lava ia programa pelula ke mama o pe mo Dr. King Langi fra malo at king ka ko osia ta programa ka tukan mo ang ai whanongono pe tau hoko ki he program fra osi. Malo.
Malo pito.
Ko whanongono ai matala masani imports and exports trading. Hawaii ki mo tau kainga ko mautuku pā ke tokoni e tonga kotoa a ke hono whawhalau mai ho fwoi me tokoni. Hange koe uwhi, talo, kape, kumala, mei, manioke, lu, pele, manimata. Peikai ngata i ka okuto e lava pe foke kau tahani o whawhalau mai mo o ngai whia mau me tokoni me o seni. O hange koe i ka, tukumisi, wheke, lomu, te pupulu. Kaloa a moi haa pe whahinga mea tokoni me o seni. I kai ngata ai ka kuto e lava pe foki mo ho me i kawatonga o whawhalau mai i he whaunga malu mo hao foki. Io, wakai 11 na koha whainga maali e eni ke lava mai ai ho fui mea tokoni, ke lava ai ho family i he Bay Area. Ko iai ko e tau konteina ke Krismasi o kulolotonga whao i e Havelu, pe e tāpuni e aho whao Novema, pe tuk whalau mai ke taulanga Auckland o tu uta mai e aho hiva o Tisema. Ka taka whetu utaki ke whawhawhonga i tonga, ke a Graham molo malai fo'o, ke telefoni whika fitu noa wha tahiwa ni ma, pe koe fitu noa ni ma wha fitu tolu. Pe koe whawhawhonga i Amerikani ke lutsi whinanga nofo ke telefoni wha tahanima tol tahaono no tol waluano, pe koe wha noa walu tol tahanima hiwa ono wha hiwa. Tā mai ke taki i muho. Ko e tau uta mei Frisco ni e mawahe atu e waka he aho ono Novema o tau ki tonga he aho wahiva Novema. Pea ko e tau waka ke Krismasi e mawahe ia he aho waua Novema o tau ki tonga he aho tawhitu Tisema. Ki ono whae ki ka taka whetu utaki ke a lutsi whinanga nofo ke whika telefoni whātahanima tol taha ono no tol walu ono. Pe koe whāt no walu tol tahanima hiwa ono whahiva. Ia koe matala masani imports and exports trading ia o ngahi aho ni.
Lave ita wake o whakapare
we thank you. Mahalo pito Hawaii ki maha amtapura mo ke tuku taimi ki he polokama pia me he piwa i Provo Substation I he efiafini ko programa whaka Ocean po he Pacific Island Knowledge to Action Resources. Pia ko kore peheni ke tuku whakamari. I think, Melisina, are you the one in charge of tonight? You probably have to unmute yourself, please. And so if you are, whoever is sharing the PowerPoint, go ahead and let's do that.
Okay, yes, thank you, Dr. Palu. You have tonight me and Kaho to be part of the PICTAR tonight, and we have a special guest with us, Sarah Malafaho, and she will be the one sharing your experience as a recent COVID-19 patient. So, Kaho, you want to add anything to that?
Thank you, Dr. Paulo. Thank you for the great opportunity for PICTAR to present some of our resources. And thank you, Sarah, for joining us tonight. And I think first we should have Sarah to share some of her information to us, if that's okay. Sarah, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit to us?
Yes, of course. Aloha talofa, mahalo elele. It's good to be here today. My name is Sarah June Fuatino Apa'ula Molifua. My father is from Samoa, from the island of Tuila. He's from Hawaii, and yeah, I had COVID recently, and I believe that's what we're going to be taught today.
Yes. Well, thank you, Sarah, again for joining us. So maybe to start.
Can you all hear me?
I think you're a little cut off.
Choppy.
Yeah. Sarah, can you hear us?
Well, she's muting herself.
Yeah.
Sarah, unmute yourself. We cannot hear you.
Yeah.
I think the connection in here.
Hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, so while we're waiting for Sarah's connection, why don't we kind of talk about some of our resources really quick? Does that sound okay to Dr. Paulo and Malsina? Is that okay?
Oh, great.
Yeah. So Malsina, do you want to kind of talk? Thank you. So what we wanted to talk about today is we wanted to kind of share some of the statistics in Utah Pacific Islanders and COVID-19 statistics. Along with that, we wanted to share some, useful resources, some hand sanitizers technique or cleaning technique during the pandemic. So actually, Malsina, do you mind to go back to a slide before that? Perfect, thank you. So what we wanted to talk about today is we want to talk about some of the statistics in COVID-19 within our community. So this information is shared by one of our great allies, UPAC, or Utah Pacific Islander Health Coalition. So what they do is to reduce health disparity and increase accessibility to within our community. So as we can see right here, some of the COVID-19 information within our community, as far as we can see right now, Pacific Islander has actually one of the highest infection rate amongst all race and ethnicity within Utah. And in on November 22nd, we can see that there's up to 73 cases within the last 24 hours. I mean, that's pretty significant that we're seeing right there. And then in terms of hospitalization rate, we have one of the highest hospitalization rate amongst all race and ethnicity in Utah as well too. So we have almost of a 10% hospitalization rate per, as we can see right there. And then as of now, there's about 33 Pacific Islanders who have died because of COVID within Utah. So that's also quite a significant number that we're seeing in Utah. So what can we do to prevent higher and higher COVID cases? As you know, we are coming to the holidays around the corner. We have Thanksgiving tomorrow, and we have Christmas and New Year. So I think one of the best way to do is, besides wearing mask, is, practice a good hand hygiene. So if Malsina, if you could go to the next page. So as we can see right here, we think about, when we are thinking about washing our hands, we put soaps on and wash it with water, but is that really enough? I think we need to spend more time on, we need to spend some time and techniques thinking about how to really clean our hand nicely. First of all, we should, definitely wet our hand. I mean, we always say that we tell our little kids and whatnot to wet their hand, but really, run with running water at all time. Make sure you are rubbing your hands together with soap. And we always, when we are using soap, we always just, clean it with couple seconds and whatnot. But I think especially right now, we should definitely practice that 20-second scrubbing technique. You can sing a happy birthday song beginning to end twice. We can sing the ABCD songs. There's all these other songs that we can think of. If there's a favorite song that you wanted to sing, that's, completely fine as well too. And then afterward, really, rinse your hand and dry it with clean towel or air dry it. I wouldn't, I understand that we're trying to be eco-friendly and we try to use washcloth and whatnot, but really, especially when you're at the public area, I think clean dry paper towels would be the best option, or let it air dry. I think those are very, very important.
All right, thank you so much for that, Kaho. I appreciate you sharing the information. We're just gonna go ahead and jump right into Sarah. It looks like we have her back.
Yeah, thank you so much. Sorry about that.
No worries, Sarah. We so appreciate you for being here and willing to share your experience. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the time over to you.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Sarah June Fortino Apaula Molifua. My father is from Pago Pago, Samoa, and my mother's from Honolulu, Hawaii. And yeah, I just recently had COVID, and it was crazy. Do you want me to just go ahead and talk about it?
Yeah, share some of your experiences that you went through, from the beginning stages to, what you went through, and then your recovery state also.
Yeah, so my sister, she had got COVID, and she actually ended up in the hospital. So we all went and got tested, and I was positive. And I didn't really have any symptoms, but I did have a cough. And then I kind of went into like a head cold thing, and it wasn't that bad at first. And then all of a sudden I couldn't breathe very well. And I just did my best to try to not be so anxious and just, calm my soul to help me to be able to breathe, because I kind of just started panicking that, I was gonna die. Like, it was crazy. And then after that, I kind of just through the whole thing, I kept taking multivitamins and different vitamins to try to help my body to heal itself. And then one thing that I noticed that was super like off the charts, I had no idea what happened, is the brain fog. And I don't remember anyone ever talking about that before. So I almost killed myself driving, because it was like I went to sleep at the wheel and just I kind of woke myself up, but I didn't know where I was. And then someone was in the car with me one time and they were like, Sarah. And I became conscious again, and I almost ran straight into a truck. And so I stopped driving for a little bit. It has gotten better over time, slowly. But I remember calling my sisters and was like, are you guys experiencing this? What's going, like, have you heard about this? Is this real? And then all of a sudden I started hearing a bunch about it. But I still, to this day, am still recovering. It's been about a month, and like the brain fog is still there. It's crazy. I did not expect that. But I was talking to my sister today and I was telling her, it kind of feels like my brain went dead. Like maybe my brain died and then came back, and I have to like learn to do different things again, because it just seems like I know the thing is there and I want to say it, but I don't like articulate my words very well. And even like cleaning house, I don't want to clean house. Like before, I'm like OCD, but now it's like I don't care. I'm like, well, I'll do it later. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just feel like I'm a different person now.
Wow. That is
It's
incredible.
unexpected.
Yeah. And Sarah, do you feel like your brain fog is slowly getting better, or do you feel like you have to retrain yourself on a lot of stuff as well?
Both. I feel like it's getting better because I become more aware of what's going on. And then I try to help myself to, like one thing I noticed that if I am driving, because the driving is better now, but if I am driving, I can't multitask. Like I can't be sitting in the car talking to someone else. I need to focus on driving only.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a lot of COVID patient that we have heard from, at least from Massina and I through some of our clients. I mean, what kind of prevented? You have told us that it sounds like a lot of your family members had attracted COVID, but is there some preventative methods that you guys were trying to practice during, for some of you who have COVID and maybe some other family members or friends that doesn't have COVID? How are you guys trying to prevent them to get COVID as well too?
Yeah, I think mainly like what you guys were talking about earlier, wearing the mask, staying 6 feet apart, and washing your hands constantly. I think that helped us for a little bit. And then we got in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's well now, and honestly, before I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to wear a mask. But then now it's like, oh, I feel bad if somebody else gets sick, because my sister got super sick. Like she ended up in the hospital for almost 2 weeks, I think so. But she has congestive heart failure. So I think that's why she had such a hard time with it. Her respiratory system, and she couldn't breathe. But yeah, that's what I think about now is, you never know how it's going to affect a person. And like my sister, if I put anybody in the hospital because of, just not wearing the mask, it breaks my heart. I was worried that she was.
Yeah, that's
So
hard.
she was, but she's okay now. She's okay. She's better. But she has the brain fog too. But she's better. She can breathe on her own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really tough. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks so much, Sarah. I have a question at this brain fog. I mean, it sounds so interesting to me that you mentioned that it almost feels like your brain was dead.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit curious on what that feels like, because I know you're sleepy, like almost sleepy at the wheel. Falling asleep at the wheel is one of the most dangerous thing. And, you know, for you
Yeah.
to be part of, or for recovering symptoms to be brain fog. Besides that, and, you know, not wanting to do certain things that you usually love to do, like cleaning.
Right.
What are the other symptoms that you think goes with as far as
And
your
it-
experiences are?
Yeah, and it wasn't like I actually fell asleep. It's like I fell out of consciousness.
Oh.
Like I was up, but it's like my mind went away. And that's what it does. It just kind of takes a holiday. And and then I don't know, when it first happened, I was just thinking about it. And to me, it just kind of felt like maybe when I couldn't breathe, that there wasn't enough oxygen going to my brain, and maybe it kind of messed me up that way. That's what I was thinking first. Because it's just so odd. It's just odd to me. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's somebody that listening to the show while we're on the air. You need to turn that one down because you have the noise coming out. I don't know if you can hear them. I can hear them. So, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like a perception is off. Like if I'm walking, like today, I was on the I stepped down off of a curb, and it was much farther than I was thinking it was, and so I almost fell down.
Boy.
But yeah, things like that, it just
That's a lot to
you
go
just
through.
gotta pay attention and be focused on what you're doing so that you don't lose consciousness.
Okay. Did you receive any medication, or you just at home taking the multivitamins or whatever else that you were taking?
Yeah. That's what I was doing. I stayed home. I was taking the multivitamins and some supplements and vitamin C to try to help us here. And I think it helped a lot.
Great.
Well, besides vitamins or multivitamins, Sarah, what else do you feel like it was very helpful? Was there something that a specific activity or anything that you do that you felt like it was really helpful for you to kind of overcome COVID or overcome that difficult time for you and for your family?
Number one, I think that really helped me is reaching out for help and allowing people to assist me and support me. Because when I tried to do it by myself, it wasn't working. I think I went through like a depression as well. There was a time when I was just like telling myself like weird things, and then I believed it as if it was true, and it was just taking me to a really dark place. And finally, I reached out. It was interesting. I reached out on Facebook, and everybody was my friend, and everybody wanted to help me. I felt loved. Thank goodness for Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, I think reaching out for help, I think that's one very important aspects that we should all consider is, there's a lot of resources and there's a lot of help that the community is trying to bring out and express. Pictar, we have great resources and great a community health worker who are very happy to help or willing to help in however ways that we could as well too. So that is great that you brought that up. And then I mean, Masina, do you feel like do you have any other questions for Sarah as well too?
Not at this time. I'm just so appreciative that she's willing to come out and share her story with us. And I'm glad that she introduced herself. And I know your sister, so it's really, I know their situation. So I'm very glad that you were able to, not glad, but to go through that experience together. And one thing that really intrigued me about what you were saying, that you were almost asymptomatic. I mean, you didn't really feel any other symptoms except that shortness of breath. And I think that's important to know, that a lot of people are walking around asymptomatic. And so it's really good to follow the mandates or lack of mandates, just to know the guidelines of being safe, wearing a mask, keeping your distance, washing your hands and stuff like that. So I really appreciate you for doing that, Sarah. I don't have any questions at this time, but Dr. Palu, are we able to open up for questions?
Yeah, we can open up for questions if there are any questions, but I would like to take a commercial break and then we have a song, then we'll come back. But before that, it's interesting to look at all the research about those who got COVID-19 and the social distancing and nobody come to visit them and things like that. Facebook have taken that opportunity, Instagram, tweet, and some other social media platform, they have taken that opportunity that people like what Sarah was sharing with us, that all her friends giving her motivation and encouragement. Those are the things that we need to help one another during COVID-19. So thank you, Sarah, for sharing that. So let's...
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have one last question, Dr. Palu, for Sarah, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Sarah, if you before the take home, what is your take home message for the public or for all of our audience tonight that you got from COVID? What is the pearl of wisdoms that you wanted to share to us before we go on our commercial break?
First of all, it's real. It is real, and you could be carrying that. You could be carrying it and not know that you have it, and just get yourself tested. And also that you don't have to go it alone. Reach out to people. It is a lonely road because you do have to quarantine and you do have to, but use technology, just seeing other people and talk to people, reach out to people, so it doesn't feel like you're all alone, because you're not. A lot of people have it. A lot of people are quarantined too, and don't be ashamed. Some people might try to make you feel like you're like a bomb now because you have the COVID, but you're still human, and people still love you. So don't try to go it alone. Reach out.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much, Sarah. And I know we should go on our commercial break, Dr. Palu, and then when we come back, we will share some of our resources. And we also have our other community health worker, Gile, on the Facebook Live. So if you have any questions, please feel free to post any questions on it, and we'll be right back.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ko e so mai ke si whanau e nau tango tō. I kei ke rau breakfast, i pasi o mai ki he ke fō. Mo ua ko kua mai. Kai kiu lava e ato tonga mo ua tahai mele. Whainga tā ia hoa mole ni ngā we. Ko mau tangut koe ni ko ai ke si tafu e haka koe ki ha masia mele. Hal ha se ni te taha ke si lava toko ni mai.
Mauri mate fie toko ni kau kai
Whainga
anga ho no au he no. Ka koe ni. Ka koe ngongo e ni. Ke po ke whanongo ai. Heni.
Ano e ha mele.
O ke kau taha no heni.
I fe i heni. O tau whitu.
Iyo, koe Siva Capital. Siva Capital. Mante ko Amerika lahi en koe i kare, koe i kare. Koe ko Tonga, ko Amerika lahi i kare. O ke kau taha no. E mauri nau os ai ahi. Ta kau talat. O ko mari ngai ahoni. Koe ngawe ai Siva. Ka koe tasi. O hen e nau kāti. E nau fika telefoni te o atu ke tāki ai toko.
Iyo, mele o mai mua e fika ke whakai ki ana si lava ha toko ni.
Kai ki ha mea whainga ta he mama koe ni.
Whainga tā ia lahi.
Koe ka men ke nofo kolo tomo ua ki ai. Ofa mai ta, ke pe ngai whaunga, me ngai whei tuu. Tangata ofa, tangata fie toko ni. Tangata fie.
Ofa pe mele lava toko ni mai.
Tomo tangata lotu. Tangata lotu e na ta.
Io mo oni a mele. Siva Capital koe kau taha no malu i ake e koloa whakatonga i Amerika lahi. Pe koe waa fokia o Siva International LLC. O ko nau hala ha paanga tupu interest ke uluaki mahina, pia i ngahi mahina hoko, o ko paanga Amerika pe e ua ki e aho, ko ki i totongi sisi i mo whaka atui ke tauhi aki ho koloa whakatonga pe koe storage fee. Tā mai lewa he ahoni ki he Siva Capital he wawetaha. I e whika telefoni koe ni, taha walungi au o no noa, Siva. Pe koe taha walungi au o no noa, fituwha, walua. Siva Capital koho o kau taha tonga, maai tonga i Amerika lahi.
Koe whanongonongo konteina ki Tonga, me he kautaha Tonga o whaki Tonga. E hoa iki moe kāinga Tonga kotoa o Salt Lake City. O mau whie whanongononga tueni ka teki mo tō kotoa o whie awe hao mo uta ki Tonga eiki. Kātaki o whakatoka ngā iangi, o iai ha kautaha ko nau pore taki ke whai whatongia maa e Tonga, o whakawheko taki whakahanga tonu, o mau o whaki o mau kāinga ki Tonga, te ko wawau foki i whaunga matu o ki pau, mo whaka atu u mo one. Koe tau mahu inga o kuanga pehenia. Ki Tonga tapu, koe puha waluwha o paanga i e fitungi au hiwa no. Koe puha whawha o paanga i e tongi au hiwa nima. Ki wawa u, koe puha waluwha o paanga i e hiwa ngau fitu no. Koe puha whawha o paanga i e whaanga au walu nima. Koe whanga ki uta mawahe, hange koe talamu, kula, pini, o kui kai ki whao i he puha. Whakawhitu utaki hanga tonu mai pe ki e kautaha Tonga o whaki Tonga, ki a Tonga pia mo kōrini a mone, ki na o atu ahano whakaiki pia mohono mahau inga i he mahau inga o whaka atu i mone. O kuto e lava pe e he Tonga o whaki Tonga o whau pe ngauhia o puha, o te riva tuia ki ho api no whuanga i he mahau inga o whaka atu i pia mo tau iwi. Koe puha walu wha o paanga i e te au fitu nima, koe puha whawha o paanga i e walu nima. Whakatoka ngā iangi, koe ngesi puha pe o kutotongi. Kako tiriva tonu mo i piki mai o i puha, o kui kai ki totongi ia. Te au ka pau koe puha pe ia a au, kau ke loto ke uta hao puha i e kautaha Tonga o whaki Tonga, te mau ke i vela maa whana pe ke lere atu ki o api no koanga, ke uta tae totongi mai a hao puha. Ki hao whia maa mo hatoi whaka eke, kāta ki o whakawhitu utaki mai ki e kautaha Tonga o whaki Tonga, ki a Tonga pia mo kōrini a moni, i e whika telefoni walu noa taha, ono taha, noa wha ono walu. Whika telefoni walu noa taha, ono taha, noa wha ono walu. Pe ka ho whakawhitu utaki hanga tonu hake pe, ki a e seta tamare, i Tonga eiki. Kene o atu hatoi whakaiki ki o whakawhikau aki, pia mo ho o uta. Whakapapatu me kautaha Tonga o whaki Tonga.
Okay, I think we're back.
Nilangi filanua I malalele Ve alofaninga o manu e felele Momo oi mafufaunga o I tanei Waseta I tino Langona e faamasino Nalasi o mafutanga mamasaninga Watua te ifesili se taununga Pe anam faina mau ele suia Wa osime amoni e tawile manuia E bo otimu e tafiai Unilangona le faya ina Le lofa e tuma ia soruma E moni me uma E moni le lofa E fano le angesala Mama chindeia E bisa o foiala le inosia Langona e mate ia mama fatia Se la vea I mai Nene fu o la ubai Betawi e mana onga o lo ualofa Se ima puai Bolonga ma outuai E po otimu e tafiai Unilangona le faya ina Le lofa e tuma ia souma E moni me uma E moni le lofa E moni me uma E moni le lofa E po otimu e tafiai Unilangona le
E hoi ki moe ham tāpuri. Whamalo mō ki mea mai ki he poloklama o he ahoni. Pea koe poloklama maho inga au pitoene. So, Tonga Folau, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Bolu. And again, we'd like to thank Sarah Malafo for actually sharing her experience that I'm sure will help out a lot of our listeners today, especially a personal struggle with brain fog. And I'd like to thank my partner, Kaho. Kaho, you want to take just a minute to introduce yourself? Because I don't think we had that chance to give you a minute. Just to tell us a little bit about yourself, and then I'll jump right into our other resources that we've been working on.
Yeah. Thank you, Masina. Yeah, my name is Keho. I am a community health worker. I'm originally born in Hong Kong. I am related to the Samoans. I'm related to Tile and Lily. They are my chosen siblings. So I'm adopted in from their family as well too. So that's how I am understanding the community and getting familiarized with the community as well too.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kaho. So, Keo, I appreciate you going over the 5 steps in washing your hand, not only just wetting it and lathering it, but making sure you're scrubbing at least 20 seconds, and then rinsing your hand with clean running water. And then very important to avoid cross-contamination, make sure that you're drying your hand, either air drying or cleaning it with a clean towel or drying it with a clean towel. So thank you for that. I'm gonna jump into hand sanitizer just because, you know, we really recommend you washing your hands with soap and water, but there are a lot of times that we find ourselves without or not near soap and water. So use hand sanitizer if soap and water are not available. Use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. I know there are some that are higher, but you need to make sure that it is at least 60%, or it may not be effective to kill the viruses that we're targeting. And then put enough sanitizer on your hands to cover all surfaces on your hand. Rub your hands together until they feel dry, and this should take again around 20 seconds. And then do not rinse or wipe off the hand sanitizer before it's dry, and that's very important. It may not work well against germs if you do that. And these are just friendly reminders for everyone out there that are not close to soap and water, which is our basic initial sanitizing preference. And then just to introduce to you what we, the resources that we do, like Keho mentioned before, we're part of PICTAR, Empower Living. It's a volunteer-based community, and we currently are working on Mill Creek Promise Project. It's based on the Mill Creek area. If you're interested, reach out to us at chw@pictar.org, and we'll be glad to go ahead and respond back to your inquiries. But if you live in that Mill Creek area, please do so. And then one of the things that we do too is we put all of these resources on our website and on the Facebook there's weekly food resources, and it's from Monday through Saturdays. And these specific times are listed, and there are different places on Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So it's really important that you look at the flyer or go to resources like feedutah.org or utahfoodbank.org, or even just uah.org/gethelp. These are some very important resources here in Utah that's open to everyone that needs the help to, you know, just to get you until the next paycheck or something like that. And then for urgent or emergency food access, you have the Utah Crisis Food Response. And to apply, you need to go to this website at www.utahcrisisfoodresponse.com/assistance. And then take the time to look through their application and fill it up, and somebody will be getting in touch with you. But again, it's really important. All of these resources are on the Facebook, our Facebook also. And then another resource that we have, or we advertise, or not advertise, but you know that other people know that it's a resource available to anybody that needs it, is the HEAT program. And HEAT, I'm sure a lot of people have heard of it, but not a lot of people have applied for it. It's called the Utah Home Energy Assistance Target Program. And eligibility is for U.S. citizens or mixed status household. At least one child is U.S. citizen. Adult applicant can be undocumented, income level 150% poverty level. And then you can check out this link below here, which is again part of the utahca.org website, and then go through that application process. And you need to submit recent utility bills and also proof of income from previous months. And then also your government issue ID, which is either a driver license or a state ID. And then the online application process is both in English and Spanish, if you need to use one of those. And then both Rocky Mountain Power and Dominion Energy will not turn off power or gas for non-payments. You can call for payment plans, ask for more time to pay, and they'll definitely assist you in this time of need or in this pandemic that we're all facing. And here's their website right here, right under dominionenergy.com, and also Rocky Mountain Power.net. And I think that's the, I'm gonna turn the time over to Keo to talk about our wellness bus.
Yeah, well, thank you, Malsina. And maybe you can tell us a little bit more information about what you have been working on in the past week in terms of using those resources or helping different clients on those resources before we jump into the wellness bus, if that's okay with you.
Which one? This one or the food resources?
I think whichever one you felt the most comfortable.
Okay.
Or
Sure, I'll be glad to do that. The food resource is a very good resource to a lot of us here. I'm part of the Micronesian community. In fact, I'm the chairwoman for the United Micronesian Women organization here based in Utah. We sound like a gender-based group, but we're actually, it's a cultural concept of the woman being the heart or the pulse of the home. And that's where the idea came from. And so it's home. And so we basically take advantage of these resources, especially the ones on Saturday, which is at the LDS Church in Mill Creek area, and also Granger Christian Church. What we do is those people that are affected and cannot go outside of their homes because they're quarantined, me and Lily and Tilly have actually been taking food to these families. And we're not just targeting the Micronesian community only. It's anybody that needs help that reach out, we're willing to go. It just happens to be that I know more Micronesian than any other races. And so, or a group of people, I should say. And these are new families that are very new, meaning within the last 1 to 2 years here, not only in Utah, but here in the United States. So these resources are really a big help for these families that are very new to the culture, the weather especially, and then to be hit by this pandemic, yeah, it is challenging. So these food resources are really helpful. And also the Mill Creek that we're part of, because I found out that there are other Micronesians that live in that area just by me going out to our free flu shots or the COVID-free drive-throughs. I've met some people within the Mill Creek area that we were able to assist with the program that us, PICTAR community health workers that are working with the Mill Creek are able to help also during this pandemic. So that's what we've been doing. And it's been a really, really eye-opener for me. So yeah, thank you for allowing me to say that.
Great, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I know that you have been doing a lot of COVID outreach for the community as well too. So thank you for sharing what you have been doing, what you've been helping PICTAR to do. I think one other important take-home message is there's a lot of testing center to get your COVID testing. And if you have any further questions in regards to where to get your testing done and whatnot, you can feel free to leave a message on the Facebook. Our other community health worker can connect you with different resources, like what Sarah has told us before the commercial, that, you know, one of the most important thing is getting yourself tested as well too. And one other point that we have heard a lot about, heard a lot recently is that people feel like you could, after you get COVID once, you'll be immune from it forever, which there's actually a lot of article shows that's not true. So I think it's very important that we still stay safe and stay you know, in a fair distance as well too. Do you, is there any questions that we have, and or anything like that from the audience? Dr. Paolo, do you know?
I think you answer all of the question that was texted to me. They really like the you know, the heat program and the food, but I think a lot of them are probably embarrassed to go and pick them up. I think that is there anything that curb driving, that you go and just pick up the food that's already on plastic bags and things like that?
Yeah, most of these food at these food places or these drive-throughs, Dr. Paulo, is actually in boxes or in plastic bags or in some kind of a container, so you're not all over the place. And then because it is a drive-through, all you need to do is pop up your trunk or your doors, and there are workers or volunteers. It's like Pictar, and most of these volunteers are volunteer-based organizations that they just put it in and you drive away. You don't even have to get out of your car. And you don't even have to touch the food because the volunteers will be putting into your car. You just need to be there, show up, and they don't ask IDs or anything like that.
Okay,
and
good to
so
know.
it is a resource open to anyone that needs the food to come.
Yeah. So do they ask you like how many people in your family, and then they give you the amount of food, or?
Yes.
Okay.
There are people that come and say, oh, I'm picking up for 2 families, and they'll stick a sticker on your car stating 2 or 3 or whatever amount you tell them.
Okay.
And then hopefully your car will be enough to pick up for how many families you state. But yeah, no questions asked. They usually just load it up and you drive away. But yes.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And Dr. Palu, just to clarify, some of them do require ID, so depending upon on the specific location, so which is listed on the pamphlet that Malsina is showing right there. Some of them does say you must bring an ID, but you know, there's all these options. And then I do know that if you can reach out to us if you are unable to go pick up the food and whatnot, we can identify resources to drop those food to your house or at the front porch as well too, so you don't have to come out as well too. So that's another option as well too, just so you're aware of, and just so all the audience are aware of if you have that struggle.
Do they use this telephone that Tilly gave us the last time, 801-839-5192, or is there a different phone?
Yes, that's a great number to call, and then you can also, if they prefer email, they can always email us at chw@pictar.org as well too. We're happy to help.
Okay, so we have about 3 minutes left. If you can wrap up what we need to share with them and things like that, that would be great.
Okay, great. And I'm glad that Keo brought up that there are places that they need ID. I was specifically talking about Mill Creek, but yeah, it's very important to look at the dates because it says right underneath it whether you need an ID or not. So be aware of that. Make sure you check out the locations before you head over there. So yeah, thank you, Keo. And that's all I have. Keo, I'm going to turn the time over to you. And thank you again, Sarah, very much for sharing your personal experience with us tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Malsina, and thank you again, Sarah, sharing your information. I think, you know, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I wish everybody have a happy holiday. But, you know, very importantly, again, social distancing, I think it's very important. What we have learned today, hand hygienes. You know, another thing is, even if you got COVID once, you can get it again. So I think that's very, very important as well, too. We have, there's some clinical data has shown that, you know, there's up to 23% that you may get COVID again, especially in the people who are 18 or younger. You can have it, there's about 30% or 30% chances that you could get COVID again. So really, you know, masking is very important. Social distancing is very important. Practicing hand hygienes is very important, especially when you go to the public area. You know, before you take off your mask, after you take off your mask, hand sanitizers if you don't have, you know, soap and water readily available. So I think those are all very important. And, you know, another important thing is always reach out to us if you have any questions. CHW@pictar.org. It's great way to talk to us, but we don't want to take any more time. So all I can say is I would like to say thank you in Chinese, 谢谢你. And if it's okay, I would like everybody to speak in their native tongue to say Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, parani me kalangan on karos. Me puyonek mina Utah. Kalangan komasyoros. I think Sarah dropped off.
Yeah. All right. I think that's the end of our program this Wednesday. We'll look forward to talking to you all next Wednesday. Thank you for participating. Goodbye for now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Palu, and good night, everyone.
Whamalo pito ho eki mo e hamatapule ko ia ko e kaumai ke polokalama e poni, ko tui ko e lavaia e tau polokalama I he poni, pea whawhi at ki mo tolu ki mo mea atu ki he main substation ko ia a Vake Tali Folau. Taritari mai mea I Sondolau Mahiri e meri tofu mohani I kehe, te nau whaia tanga he polokalama ma ki mo tolu, pea ko ki mo tolu ko ia o ko mo ki a o fuoloangi, whawhi at ki mo tolu ki mo hokatu ai pē ki he substation ko ia a Vake Tali Folau pea me Hawaii, VDF Honolulu, si wakiri vai, kau mafoki ai hoa pea more mek mahi. Whamalo lahi pea he lota honga mo on ke te mo tolu, ma mo tū taimi ka mo mea mai ki he program le whahoko atu pea mi he Piwai Provo substation e Vake Tali Folau. Patawangi ke mo mao ha Thanksgiving whafofa mo whamonu ia pompong. O whalahi at ki mo ngahi whaponga, ka mo mea